everyone, and welcome back to the Land of Dreams. This is the second episode. We're going to be picking up where we left off last episode. Surprise, surprise. Um, but before we get into that, we'll cut over to our lovely person who reads the disclaimer.
The following presentation may and most likely will contain strong adult language, graphic descriptions of excessive violence, possibly sexual themes, Jesus, other scary stuff, and on top of that, a Scotsman, which may be disturbing for some audience, so please, viewer discretion is advised. Are you sure you want to do that? It's non-official fan content permitted under the fan content policy, not approved, endorsed by Wizards. Portions of the materials used are property of Wizards of the Coast. Thank you.
Thank you. So, who wants to give a recap of what happened last session for inspiration?
I'll take that if nobody else wants to.
Go for it.
Yeah. Last session was kind of a wind down session. We had a lot of role play talking around the town. Off the top of my head, I remember we were talking at the Lazy Maid for a little bit. I remember that there was some other stuff that happened beforehand, but some of the big highlights were King Dragon did show up to. I'm sorry, it was
Jahan.
Jahan, yes, and Jahan received a ring that was the property of the previous Aegis. We also found out that Jahan is actually a prince who lives within Everfall. Everfall is the name of the elven capital, right?
Araglad.
Araglad, my bad.
Close.
Don't know where that came. Close. Very
Everfall
close.
does sound like a elven kingdom name, so
I wonder where that came from. Oh well. We also chartered a caravan that was heading towards there to sell stuff, so we are just getting ready to get onto that. Lucas received a dream from Sol with some encouraging advice. Kazi had some nightmares and talked to her late stepfather through her pendant. Markus worked on his magic and tormented the party as usual.
Being a little shit.
Basically. Most of all to Doctor. We found out Doctor can get drunk too. That was interesting.
Yeah.
Sarai also helped out with the ring, and that's about. Oh yeah, Thork did go for a couple enthusiastic walks through the woods.
that he did. Very enthusiastic walks through the woods. I didn't hear you, Kazi, through your headset.
Yeah, because I was muted. I know. I'm talking to myself. I was saying that Kazi also spent pretty much all money she had on an amulet that she really hoped was gonna work.
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah. Poor Tom girl.
Yep, we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening with that. Could work.
Her faith is gonna make it work. It's gonna be
My faith is my shield.
She goes to bed. The nightmares are worse.
I wouldn't possibly be that cruel.
Mm-hmm.
This seems a little sus.
I don't know. Let's vote him off the plane. So yeah, I mean, I'm not that mean. Why would I do that to you? That seems like something an evil DM would do. So, anyways, yeah, I think we literally ended with everyone going to sleep. And the next morning is the day that you guys are supposed to head out and travel to the Feywild, or to the Fey Road at least. So, starting with Kazi, you wake up the next morning, and you know that you're about to have to get going.
Did I have any nightmares?
You did not.
See, Malagus, it's working. It was sketchy, but it was worth it.
I guess.
I'm just gonna gather my stuff, everything I have in the room, because it's not much, and I don't think I'm gonna be back here anytime soon. So I'm gonna gather my stuff and just head down to have a breakfast before we leave.
Right. So yeah, you head downstairs. As you walk down, you can see other individuals that normally come down for breakfast in the early morning. And Lazy Maid, some familiar faces that you probably recognize. The gamblers that always gamble at the same table. What would you like for breakfast? Whatever they're serving.
Mm-hmm. Hello, everyone. Did you sleep well? I slept so good.
A couple of them give you a nod. Not bad.
Is it
Can't
just
complain.
me? It sounds like Kazi's smiling.
God.
So yeah, Kazi's probably the first one up since she's had such a good night's sleep. Yeah, you get some breakfast and a little bit of ale. You know, breakfast ale. But you want some water then instead?
I mean, I drink wine. Or have you forgotten?
You can get some breakfast wine then if you want.
Sure.
Yeah, so you get some breakfast wine, because why not?
Why not? Brunch.
You take 3 points of psychic damage. Yeah, so you eat your breakfast, drink your morning wine, and Markus, you're the next to wake up. You have a searing headache for some reason.
Must have been that pun.
Yeah, must have been.
I get up, go downstairs, get my morning coffee and eggs and sausage, and kind of just wait for everyone else.
Right? So, Gaelus, you've probably returned back to town at this point. You've heard about the things going on, the tournament, and what happened, and who won the tournament. You've also heard mention of an individual that you recognize. Talks of a wizard who uses a sword. What would you like to do?
If I'm just coming back, I probably have someone levitating in rope and bringing them back to get my bounty. So I would probably head in to get that, and then if I know who they're talking about, I feel like I need to go find them at some point. Like, if he shouldn't be here.
Right.
So I'm just like, okay, it's strangers to here, and you haven't come looking for me yet. So I'm going to go find you. So drop off bounty, and then I'm going to look for him over town.
All right, yeah, so you take the bounty over to captain of the guard. Just some Joe Schmo who did something wrong. The captain will reward you pretty handsomely with 200 gold.
Oh, little old me, thank you.
Well, thank you. So managed to pull in yet another criminal. It's always appreciated.
Well, as long as you need me, I'm here.
Well,
Is there anything else that anyone else? Actually, before that, I need to look for someone. Actually, you might know. Have you heard of what happened recently?
some adventurers came into town. They dealt with a lot of the things that need done around here while you were gone.
Hmm. Do you happen to know where they are currently or where they're staying?
I heard that they had a room at the Lazy Maid.
Uh-huh. And that's, my knowledge, that's not far from here, right?
Yeah, you know that it's by the docks.
Okay. Thank you.
Actually,
I
let me get you the map here because I forgot that you don't have it.
No, I'm looking at the
There you go.
screen. Awesome.
So you would have come probably like through the south walls and then come down to the town hall. And then from the town hall, you know that it's just right over here by the docks.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna head there now. I'm gonna bid adieu to the guard, or the watchman, and
Yeah, it's
head
the
over.
captain of the guard, Captain Vincel Turner.
There we
He's
go.
a slightly important individual here. He deals with most of the adventurers that come in and out of town and makes sure that everyone gets the jobs that pays them.
And we do. I'm guessing if I've been here for a while, so we do have a established relationship.
Yeah, he would know you, and
Okay.
he probably treats you rather well, given that you do what you do.
Okay. Yeah, I'll bid him adieu, and I'll most likely. I'll see you in a little bit. Need to go take care of some things,
Well, of course.
and I head out and make my way to the Lazy Maid.
All right, yeah, it doesn't take you too long to get there. But while you're walking and making your way across town, Lucas, what would you like to do as you're waking up for the day?
Hi, yep. Lucas is going to well, he was probably up for a little bit. He's just making sure that his pack's proper, ready to go. He's also got a fairly long, just plain brown burlap sack that he's got tied up that he usually doesn't carry with his equipment. He's just getting everything set up, getting his armor set, puts on his cloak over, and then the pauldron over it, and then heads down to greet everyone.
You'd see Kazi in a somewhat cheerful mood.
Oh, that's strange. Did something happen?
I just slept very well. Did you
Is
sleep
that the
well?
only reason that you were always so, I don't know what the correct word would be for it.
She's gonna stop smiling at this point and look at you very intensely.
That's it. That's the Kazi I know.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought she was being possessed for a second there.
Fuck's sake, can even be in good mood around you guys.
You're never in a good mood.
I was for a minute, and he just ruined it.
I'll tell you what, you can beat my face and we're on the road, alright?
Not worth the sweat.
Not worth the sweat, are you kidding me?
We
Man,
both
can't get no
know that I
respect
already
anywhere.
beat you in the tournament, which you lost, and I won.
Do you really want to put that to the test?
Thanks for the potions, by the way.
Yeah, not a problem, Kazi. Well, I think I'm going to head out here in a minute, and Lucas will pick up just some bread off of the tray that was sitting there. I'm going to go check the caravan and see if everything's ready to go and try to meet up with the other guards that are going to be with us.
Hey, Lucas, before you go, do you want
Don't you
me
dare cast that spell on me again. I swear to God, I will throw you through that window.
All right. So, Lucas, you start to set out heading towards where the caravan is gathered, which is outside the South Wall slums. sort of south gate entrance area.
Yep.
So it doesn't take you too long. You probably even pass Gaelus on your way, but you don't know him. He don't know you. So you're like 2 ships passing in the night.
Mhm.
You eventually make your way out, and you see that there's about 120 soldiers. They all look battle hardened, like they've fought quite a bit, and you can see that they all look sort of like they're preparing themselves. You can see some individuals sharpening weapons. You can see some other individuals making sure their armor is put on properly. But there's not any of them that look like they're inexperienced. They all look like individuals who have seen battle countless times. One of them, as you're sort of coming out, sort of approaches you. You're going to be joining us, are you?
Yes, actually, we conscripted about 3 days ago, so I'm still pretty new to this caravan, at least. I am Lucas with the Brotherhood Guild and Temple of Soul.
He nods. Well, none of that really matters out there, but good to know.
Mhm.
I'm Sebastian.
Sebastian.
I'm the captain of this little ragtag group that you'll be joining.
Oh, it's a bit more than a ragtag group. You've got a small battalion, it looks like.
Aye.
Is the road really that dangerous? And
Whatever someone's told you about the road, ignore it.
really?
The only real thing you have to consider, and that you have to know, is don't ever go in it.
Understood. My compatriots should be following along pretty soon. They're just finishing getting ready. Is there a group that I should become familiar with? Is there a spot that you would like us to stay at?
Wherever you want to go, friend. He sort of pats you on the shoulder, and he looks around. Though I imagine the merchants wouldn't mind having you close by. Let's see, which one's paying the most? And he sort of flips through his book, and he gestures over to this gentleman that's not too far away, who's pulling out what looks like 6 or 7 carts loaded with crates and barrels and furs and whatever else can just sort of fit into the wagons.
Got
It
it.
seems that individual is the one that paid the most, so go sit close to him.
All right. Thank you for your time, Sebastian. Seeing you on the road.
He nods. And he turns around and starts barking orders to a couple of men.
And I'll head up to the merchant, and we can pause here. I'm sure that other people have stuff too.
Sure. So Sarai, you wake up, come downstairs, see Kazi is in a somewhat decent mood. What would you like to do?
Shows go, good morning, everyone. Seems I slept a little later than I intended to. Right then, and she'll rush off to the kitchen to do her last day to help out the people over here, help them serve.
Alright. Yeah, you're thanked and they appreciate it. They thoroughly enjoy you helping them out.
All right. Well, I'll probably still be doing that by the time that Gaius will be coming over here. So I'll just
Alright.
be doing that.
Thork, anything in particular you would like to do?
Nah, we just go down the stair and head to the bar.
Right? As you sort of walk down the stairs, you kind of feel a little bit sick. But as you grab your first ale and down it, you feel a little bit better. A little less woozy.
Did I manage to get rid of the exhaustion from?
You did, yes. You got rid of the exhaustion.
Cool. And I'll follow up with a chaser drink.
Right. So as you're drinking, Jahan, what would you like to do? As you wake up.
Gonna come down the stairs. See that Kazi's pretty approachable at the moment, and go ahead and take a seat next to her, and order some eggs. I've got Impa wrapped around my wrist, and when the eggs come, I'm gonna give most of it to Impa to eat.
Okay.
Good morning, Kazi.
Morning.
Good feelings gone already. And is she eating cheese and wine for breakfast?
I'm sorry, what?
Are you eating cheese and wine for breakfast?
Yeah, but I'm having some bread and ham too.
Great, awesome meal. Do you mind if I steal a cube? Impa's favorite.
Try to
Cheese.
steal a cube, and I'll cut off your finger. I can offer you one, but don't fucking steal cheese from me. Ever.
all right. I'll order my own cheese.
No, she like pushes the plate towards you. You can have one.
Okay.
Just don't fucking steal it.
All right, and Impa like slithers off my wrist and goes over and just this tiny little viper just puts it whole. Basically, her head becomes cube shaped, eating this cheese. When are we heading out? Do you know?
Not sure, but Lucas already went out, so I guess probably as soon as we finish breakfast, we should make our way there too. Oh, speaking of which, and she's gonna go to the bar and make them like pack her some wine and cheese for the road.
A charcuterie board for the road.
Sure.
Then if that's the case, then I better get ready. There's a ritual I'm going to need to cast. It's likely going to be cramped, and I'd prefer not to spend the money on a steed. I'll just conjure one up for myself. It's a shame. I was hoping to see someone in Edgeville, but I guess he's not here. I guess we'll be leaving without him. And gonna continue eating my breakfast with Kazi.
All right. Yeah, eventually Doctor comes down from his room, and he will take a seat with you guys. Yeah, I think that's all he'll do, to be honest.
The doc, how's your head?
It's fine.
Good.
How's your poison?
It's fine.
Good.
You gotta teach me how to meditate, Doug.
Meditate? What brings this on?
None of your fucking business. Just teach me how to meditate, fuck's sake.
Right now?
No, not right now. We have to go, but like on the road when there's time.
Sure. I can teach you.
Cool.
It just keeps drinking his coffee.
With the mention of poison, it does taste a little, like, off.
I'm gonna cast protection from poison on myself and keep drinking.
Okay.
I'm sure he's just fucking with you again.
So Markus was prepared this time again.
So yeah, Kazi, anything else that you would like to do besides eating and drinking and waiting?
No, when I finish eating and they have my rations for the journey ready, I'm just gonna grab them and go where we're supposed to meet up with the caravan.
Alright. So yeah, really quickly, I want you, Kazi, to describe your character as Gaelus walks into the room.
Kazi is a pretty tall woman, and by pretty I mean taller than the average, taller than the average man even. And she's very well built, very strong. She is wearing heavy armor. She has a big ass sword and a big shield by her side at all times. She has brown, dark hair. She's not the prettiest lady around, and she has a resting bitch face and just seems unpleased with everyone and everything in the world at all times.
And Markus, can you describe your character as well?
Markus is a changeling, but he looks like a human. He is about 6'2". He has medium dark hair with a pencil mustache. He has studded leather on a fancy looking lute and drums, and what looks to be like a pistol on his hip.
Okay.
Nice.
Gaelus, can you describe your character, please, to the others?
Gaelus is a brown-skinned half-elf. He is with a tattoo under his right eye. He has braids. His hair is light brown, kind of auburnish. He's about 6'2". No, I'm sorry, not 6'2". He's 6 foot. And he is lanky but fit. He's very weak, but he's very dexterous. And he's wearing like a robe that signifies like he does magic. He's not wearing any armor or anything like that. And he like has a wand sticking out of his right pocket.
All right. And Lucas, you're not there, but he would have saw you as you passed. So describe your character, please.
So yeah. While you were walking down the street, you would have seen. He probably would have been wearing his full plate, but while walking down the street, you would have seen a fairly tall man clad fully in full plate with a large full blade across his back, with a red cloak and the symbol of Saul emblazoned on the front of his plate.
And Sarai, describe your character as well.
So she is she's covered head to toe in clothing, so you can't really see too much of her. But it's just regular clothes. and she has a mask over her face as well as some goggles. But what you can see of her is she has these two little horns that are sticking out of her essentially turban headgear, and she has a devil's tail, and she has a rod in her belt and a book on her side. And currently, she is bustling about being a waitress at this place.
And Thork, describe your character, please.
An old dwarf that's looks absolutely hammered and leaning over the bar to try and fill up his own canisters of drink before he gets kicked out.
Okay. I feel like that's like a parent too.
And then Jahan, describe your character, please.
Alright. Jahan is a high elf, tall, lean, with sharp features, with shaved sides and medium hair behind his head, decorated with some golden beads, dressed in studded leather armor and a rapier at his side, currently eating cheese with a small blue snake wrapped around his wrist.
And then there's Doctor, who is skinny, tall and lanky, very elegantly dressed, with circle glasses and extremely pale, with sort of yellowish looking eyes. Say, you would see Jahan as you come in.
Yeah, I'm going to immediately lock eyes with him. Be like, brother.
Gonna blink a couple times before quickly getting out of my seat and just Gaelus, I was wondering when the storm would come into town.
I was away on business. You know what I do. And he's gonna come in for like a hug because he loves you, bro.
A little startled by it, but hugs back just the same
Mm.
and says, "Well, forgive me not finding. Well, that explains why I didn't find you any earlier."
Mm. Yeah. When did you get here? Because I wasn't gone all that long.
All right, question mark. It's been about a
About
couple
a
days
week.
or a week. A week. Okay, yeah. So
So like, yeah, about a week probably. Maybe a little less than that. Maybe more like 4 days.
Gotcha.
So,
I'll just chalk it up to like me leaving just when they're coming in.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you always had a knack for picking just the right time to leave out, brother.
You know, it's the way of the wind. But I heard you were in a tournament, and your party, and he looks around. And this is your party. You guys won?
Sorry,
Well,
who are you?
sorry, forgive me. You all meet my brother. This is Gaelus.
And he like does like a little wave. Hello. I'm not used to you being with people. What's going on?
I'm not used to me being with people either. There's a lot that's happened since you've been gone. I'll have to fill you in on the way. I
Uh,
know I'm asking a lot, but now that you're here, I'm going to need to ask you to come back to Araglad with me.
you and he like takes him over to a little corner and he's like, I'm sorry, the place that I'm not allowed to go.
I know it doesn't quite sound appealing, but times have changed, and it's best that you're there personally.
Okay. Um, I would need to pack a couple things first, and meet you back. Where are we? Where are you leaving from? Like, to ask me to up and leave. I know I'm, that's kind of my nature, but I've kind of made a thing here. I don't.
Well, you see,
What kind of things are wrong?
Mother is in a lot of danger right now. People within the courts are going missing, supporters of the Queen. She's losing power, and the council's beginning to make the move. Aegis is concerned and has sent me to win King Dragon's favor in an attempt to undermine the council. But unfortunately, I only partially completed my task.
As you say that, and you'd be used to this, like the winds around him pick up in a building, and his eyes kind of flash white. What do you mean, Mother's in trouble? How is she losing? Where's all this coming from?
It's happened piece by piece, bit by bit. This wasn't something that happened overnight. And I'm certain it's not something that can be fixed overnight either. But I'm certain she'd be happy to see you.
Say no more. Um, where are we leaving from? Where do I meet you?
Our paladin just wants to go seek out a carriage to get us there. We'll be traveling with the caravan, and I'll be helping guide through the Feywilds. In fact, you can help me out as well. I'm sure you know the roads at least slightly better than I. It'll be better if we both have our heads together.
Okay. And in a blustery wind, he'll turn around, get us, and leave, and say, and as he's walking out the door, I'll meet you at your caravan.
Great. And I'm assuming we're leaving at like the south wall?
Yeah, the South Wall Slums door is the way
Okay.
out.
Cool. So, yeah.
Yep.
So meet us by the stables.
Okay. I need to go see the town. I keep forgetting his name. The captain of the guard. I'll go
Captain
see him.
Bensal.
Yeah, I need to go see Captain Bensal to tell him that I will be away for an indeterminate amount of time. And then I'll go pack some things and I'll be back.
And before he heads out, Johan's gonna shout and just say, "Glad to see you're still alive."
I'm not easily killable. And then he'll walk out the door.
All right, yeah, so we'll pause there. Does anyone else have anything they would like to do before you leave? Because you would watch this happen and this conversation take place.
Not really.
Well, Johan is gonna take some time to, before we head out, just 11 minutes prior, gonna conjure a phantom steed so that he's got his own horse to ride.
Okay.
Do I need to rent a horse? I don't know how this works.
No, the caravan's going to be going at a slow enough pace that you don't need to worry about riding a horse or anything like that.
Okay.
Horse is a bonus, though.
Yeah, Johan just doesn't want to walk.
Lazy royalty.
Yeah.
Sarai will actually go to Jahan when she's finishing up, and she's gonna go. So, are you still feeling all right with the ring and all?
My ears are still ringing, but other than that, I'm fine. Thank you, Sarai.
You will let me know if something happens, won't you?
Of course. You were there to watch over me when I put it on, and you'll be the first I confide in when I need help with it. If that's no trouble for you.
It's not trouble. I want to help.
Great. And then she's gonna put his hand on her shoulder and say, "I appreciate it."
As you put your hand on her shoulder, she actually kind of recoils back.
Oh,
Please, I'm sorry. I know you mean well, but I
of
appreciate it.
course, of course. And he's gonna see that he's imposed and excuse himself and begin going outside to finding a place to cast his ritual.
All right. So yeah, anyone else want to do anything before you guys head out?
Hey, Doc. Something that I did yesterday. I created a new spell.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I tested it out on Lucas, and it was quite it had quite amusing results.
And
Well, I kind of explained to him about the whole uh, uh, making him forced to lie and getting him to confess to being a worshiper of the Mistress of Night.
I see. And
That was about it.
excellent. So yeah, Gaelus, you make your way back to the captain of the guard, and you let him know that you're leaving for an indeterminate number of days.
Hmm.
He wishes you good luck and hopes that everything goes according to plan.
Whatever that plan may be.
Whatever that plan may be, exactly. He lets you know that if anything you need, just let me know. I'm more than happy to help however I can.
I appreciate it, old friend. I have family with me.
Well, then I trust you'll be safe.
I think so. But if anything happens, I want to say there's a way to reach me, but I don't think there is a way to reach me. Take care while I'm gone.
No, there's probably not a way to reach you, unfortunately.
Yeah. Just take care while I'm gone.
I will. The city is calmed down since you left. Most of the issues have been resolved, so luckily the adventurers that came into town did a lot of the work.
Good. That means I have less to worry about while I'm gone. This place is my home after all.
Yes, and Arduin's back. So he'll be of some help for a while at least, until he leaves again.
Okay. Who's Arduin?
So you would probably know him. He is the one that runs the Brotherhood Guild.
Okay, gotcha.
So you guys probably would have worked together a few times.
Mm-hmm. All right, then I definitely have no worries. But I'll be back.
I'll be here, unless I die of old age waiting for you.
Don't be so morbid. I'll be back. And I'm guessing he's human.
Yeah, he is human, and he's also pretty old.
Ah, okay. Then yeah, I'll be back by your at least 90th birthday. So
I expect it.
good. And I'll shake his hand like the warrior's handshake where they grab each other's wrists.
Yeah, he'll shake your hand with the one good hand he has.
Don't break his wrist now. He's a frail old man.
Remember, I'm not very strong, so
he's missing. So to describe him to you, he is probably like pushing into his 60s. He is missing an eye, and he is missing his arm from the elbow down.
Oh, he's been through some shit.
Yeah, and he also has a pretty nasty limp. But yeah, he's pretty rough looking. But he's certainly no little baby. He's handled things before, pretty tough stuff. So he's pretty tough guy.
I mean, if he's captain of the guard, I feel like, yeah, he's not someone I want to be on the bad side of.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. So I shake his hand and then take my leave, head to my residence, grab some things, and make my way back.
Awesome. So yeah, whatever you want to grab, you can grab. And you know where you're supposed to head, so you're gonna go there next.
Mhm.
The rest of you, after you have your breakfast, after you manage to eat your fill, you can head to the South Wall slums, to where you're going to be going.
Okay. Right. Joan begins his ritual, and after about 11 minutes of a chant in arcane gestures, this mist pulls itself up from the ground and summons a quasi-real illusionary horse. I'll go ahead and get into the saddle.
Awesome. So yeah, you guys make it outside of the walls. You see that there's about something between 60 to 70 wagons, and there's about 200 guards and about I would say probably about 60 or so merchants. No, not 60. Not 60. More like 20 merchants, and then they have individuals with them that wouldn't be considered merchants. They'd be like assistants or something. The hired help.
Right. So I got a question.
Hmm.
So, do things ever come out of the Feywild to attack these caravans?
Yes. Are you asking one of the guards?
Sure.
Sometimes.
Like what?
It's not always the same. Sometimes orcs. Sometimes elves that have been trapped in the Shadowfell or the Fae, and sort of gone insane.
Hmm.
Sometimes the creatures from the Fae.
What's the craziest thing that you've seen come out of the woods?
Not sure what I'd say would be the craziest thing. We've been relatively safe most of the time. A few orc attacks here and there. Nothing crazy.
Okay.
Hey, Marcus, do you have some rope?
What do you need rope for?
So, I was thinking. Remember what happened last time we went to the woods? I
Uh,
think it would be in our best interest to put kind of a leash on Thork. So when he wants to go into the woods again by himself, we can stop him.
Apparently, I don't have rope.
Thork, do you have some rope?
You'll never take me alive. The drink and runs off.
I happen to have some rope.
Well, next time he gets close, just tie it around him.
Well, he's about halfway up the caravan now. I'm not sure if he's going to be coming back.
I'm sure he'll forget eventually.
I don't know. How many drinks has he had today?
A few.
More.
Just give him 2
4?
hours or something.
Yeah, he'll find more.
Leave a few bottles out. He'll come back.
How to Catch a Werewolf 101.
That's Thork 101.
So you guys can see all these people are getting ready. All these wagons are loaded with loot. And all of the individuals are ready to go.
Right. As we are all together now, I'm going to give everyone inspiring leadership.
Cool.
That's how many temporary hit points?
He'll give it to you in a second. He can apply it
Oh.
himself.
Nice.
There we go.
Thank
Nice.
you, Alpha Marcus.
Just call me Alpha Marcus.
Yes, that this is why you're our alpha.
Well, at least we have plenty of company on our journey ahead. Hopefully that'll help keep us safe.
For bits of it, at least.
Oh.
Ooh. It's Rainbow Road. Watch out for the curves.
God, I just had that whole music just go through my head. N64 cries a little on the inside.
So this map was done by Mary.
It looks great.
Good job, Mary.
Thank you. In like half an hour rushed before the session.
So
Yes, what god are you worshipping?
So the first day really of travel is going to not get you into the Fae. It's going to get you right on the outside of the Fae. So as you are traveling with the caravan, it takes you a full day to go from Edgeville proper to the sort of edge of the Feywild. And they tell you that the trip through the Feywild to Araglad can range somewhere between a week to 2 weeks.
Just for the straight shoot.
just getting there is difficult because time, when you're this close to the Feywilds, is different than it normally would be.
Good to know.
So you're going to rest outside before you head into the Feywild because sleeping by the Feywild is dangerous. Sleeping in the Feywild is very dangerous, so avoid it as much as they can. So you're going to sleep on the outside today. As everyone sort of makes camp, they sort of position the kind of wagons in a way that's kind of like a protective barrier, like they would have back in the olden days.
Wagon circle.
Yeah, a little wagon circle. They have soldiers that are sort of patrolling around the outside of the wagon circle. You guys have your own little camp where you can rest up for the night. Kazi, do you have a holy symbol on yourself?
Not as far as I'm aware.
Okay. Markus, do you have a holy symbol
You mean other than the one on my hand?
other than that? Yeah.
No.
Gaelus, do you have a holy symbol on your person? Joe? I think you're muted.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm still not used to the name. My bad. Do I have a holy symbol on me?
Yeah.
I think so. Would he have known to carry one?
You don't have to.
I don't know. He doesn't have one.
You can have one if you want one, but you don't have to have one if you don't want one.
I mean, so what his teachings with the Aegis, would he have recommended him to carry one if he came to the Feywilds?
No, I don't
Okay.
think that Aegis would have told you carry one. It's just, I guess you would call it good form to worship some sort of god. But you
Oh,
don't necessarily have to have a holy symbol on to worship a god. But some people, even though they're not a cleric or a paladin, they still carry holy symbols around.
gotcha. I do not.
Okay. Lucas, I assume you have a holy symbol.
Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good thing. Yeah,
Hope so.
the choir boy definitely has a holy symbol on him. Yes.
Yeah.
It's Saluna, right?
It's Luna. Sarai, do you have a holy symbol on?
Sarai does not have a holy symbol on her.
Thork, do you have a holy symbol on you?
There's a bottle count.
It does not. Jahan, do you have a holy symbol?
No, I do not.
All right, Doctor does, but he doesn't show it. Um,
Traveling
so
with heathens.
Yeah.
Kazi, Markus, Gaelus, Sarai, Thork, and Jahan, all of you roll me a perception check.
All right.
Okay. So you guys are sort of doing your getting ready for bed kind of stuff. Kazi, what would you be doing currently while you're kind of packing it in for the night?
Duck, now's the time. Teach me how to meditate.
All right. Come here, he says as he sort of sits down, kind of crosses his legs in front of him.
She'll try to do that in the heavy armor.
You probably should take that off.
But I need it. What if someone attacks us?
If someone attacks us, then I'll make sure that I take care of them. There are plenty of guards.
Fine. Okay. Well, give me like 10 minutes.
All right. We'll get back to that then. Marcus, what would you be doing while you're kind of bedding down for the night?
Probably be playing a tune,
Okay.
just practicing some songs and some magic.
Okay.
Some magical songs.
Sure. Gaelus, what would you be doing while you're getting ready to bed down for the night?
I'm assuming I'd be somewhere near Jahan, just kind of talking to him and getting the rundown of in depth of what's been going on back in
Sure.
Araglad.
Well, do you want to do that now, Jahan, or do you want to wait?
Yeah, I guess Jahan will fill him in and tell him the stories of how Aegis tasked him with leaving Eriglad, and Jahan snuck his way out of the city to make it to Edgeville to join the tournament. And we'll probably even tell him about some of the events that happened at the tournament. Kazi beating the shit out of a lizard, and almost getting her shit kicked by a lizard. And yet she made
Oh,
it
yeah.
to the top.
The return of the lizard.
Greco, a name to be feared. Remember that, Gaelus.
Will do.
Greco. That's right. She almost lost to him, and then she beat the shit out of him the second time. Or was it the other way around, that she beat the shit out of him the first time and then almost
I
lost to
didn't
him?
fight him twice. I fought him just once.
I thought you fought him twice.
She fought him once,
Anywho, but
and then
She did
she
almost lose
immediately,
that time, though.
yeah, and then she fought the barbarian guy, and then won the tournament.
You know.
Kazi was the first person Jahan met at the tournament, and he had already promised to show her and her party throughout the Feywilds. This just happened to make it official, and might as well have been.
So I kicked Jahan's ass.
Does he
And
tell me that? Does he tell me that he
why-
lost?
So that's why I carry Counterspell now, and
Oh, we're twinning.
yes, unfortunately, I was bested by the bard.
You
I
lost to a minstrel.
Yes, I'm not. It's not beneath me to admit that I got blasted out of the tournament.
I'm telling Aegis.
Oh, come on! They'll never let me live it down.
I know, that's exactly what I'm telling.
It was also great how Kazi managed to convince the barbarian to fight her with just his fists. But he convinced her to fight with just her fists also. So they fought each other with just fists.
Bare knuckle
Okay.
fighting.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah.
was great. It was great.
Yeah, the advantage was that he already fought in a fight before, and he didn't have a chance to regenerate after it.
So
So
Kazi
I
was
made you the
able to
winner
take
automatically.
most of her equipment.
Yeah. Well, he had won that previous fight fairly easily. So it wasn't like he was that hurt. But yeah, it was a pretty good. She used his hubris against him.
I like it.
And yeah, and kind of describes meeting King Dragon himself, and it was like fighting in slow motion. I remember hits connecting, and I'll be honest, I've never felt so powerless.
You fought the king.
It was. In fact, we all did. That
Actually,
was part of the end.
why did you? They killed a vampire, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
but
why-
Jahan did not.
I
Jahan did
didn't.
not kill him.
Okay. Did you try to stop them from killing the vampire? Did you know that was like kind of illegal, like
That
against the law?
was. They. This party did that long before I arrived in Edgeville. They were already serving out their penance by the time I arrived.
Ah, okay. Well, good. You have nothing to do with that, but I like rebels. I do like rebels.
Then I think you'll fit right in.
Yes. I'm looking forward to getting to know your friends. Is that friends? Are they your friends?
He kind of looks out at this merry ragtag bunch, Lucas, Kazi, Sarai, and everyone else, and says, "Yes, I believe they are friends." You didn't
Alright.
bring a tent, by the way, did you?
I was actually looking for how much a tent costed, and I couldn't find it. How much does it cost?
I think it's like 2 gold. Depends on the size of the tent.
Shoot. I'm gonna say I have no tent because I couldn't buy it before I left because I didn't know how much it was.
No, it's fine. I'll let you take a tent. So let's see. A tent, yeah, is 2 gold. It's a simple portable canvas shelter. Tent sleeps 2. Though I would also say that probably if you join this, these people would already have tents for you, and they would just give them to you.
Okay.
There's probably a big pavilion tent where you guys can that would be set up that you guys can set up that would have like enough for room for 6 of you to sleep, and then they probably would give you 2 of those so that you can sleep comfortably.
No need. We only need one. And good, I'm glad because I studied really hard for this spell and I forgot to bring a tent. So, excuse me while I prepare a ritual.
Okay. I'm gonna sit down and watch like a little brother watching his big brother do something really cool.
That'll take me 15 minutes.
Right? Yeah, that works. However, we'll pause there for just a moment. Lucas, what would you be doing while you're getting sort of ready to go to sleep?
Yeah, Lucas is probably setting up just like a small little area right next to a like a wagon wheel or something on the outskirts, excuse me. And as he kind of gets done, he kind of adjusts himself and picks up that large burlap sack that he brought along with him, and looks to find Kazi, and eventually, I imagine, finds her meditating with Doc. It looks like he's about to say something, and he decides against it, puts down the bag, and decides to uh, take off his breastplate and some of the more cumbersome metal pieces, lay out his cloak, and he will join them in meditation.
Okay. Sarai, anything you would like to do while you're getting ready to sleep?
She is going to ritually cast. Oh, there. Let me find it again. Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. Leomund's tiny hut. Sort of. She sees that there's a tent being pitched up, so she'll keep it close to the tent.
Okay. Yeah, the spell that's being cast is pretty much better than Leomund's tiny hut, I believe.
I'm trying to figure out if it's being cast to where it has enough room for everybody.
And I mean, it's only its first levels. It's only the first version, so it's not extremely
okay.
great.
Yeah, this will make it to where we can have enough room for everyone to just kind of stretch out.
Well, as a ritual spell, that's weird. With the ritual spell, couldn't you ritual cast it with a 4th level spell slot?
No, that's it's a certain class trait. When you cast rituals, they're always at the first level spell that it's
Okay.
at, I believe. I don't know if it's a thing that you can spend more time to cast it at a higher level. I'm not sure.
I don't know either. I don't know. I've never seen a ritual spell that has a higher level casting stuff.
Yeah.
That was added with the deep magic and the Midgard and Kobold's Breath.
Ah,
So
right.
there's like an
So-
actual class that benefits from casting rituals at a higher level.
Okay.
Well, then I think the question becomes: isn't it if it's a higher level ritual spell, it just takes longer to cast?
Is that the rules for it? Because I don't know rules for casting rituals at a higher level. Then,
I'm not quite sure. I'm
because
asking.
normally the rule is it's 10 minutes plus whatever casting time it is. So if it's an action, it's an action plus 10 minutes. If it's a minute casting, it's 11 minutes.
Right.
If it's 5-minute casting, which is what this thing is, it would be 15 minutes.
Mhm.
Yeah, then I'm not sure.
I'm just gonna rule it as that you can cast it at whatever spell slot you want, and it's just gonna take an additional
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Yeah, sure. 25 minutes.
No.
Because I'd have to actually look and see what they've said for the deep magic and the kobold press stuff, because I'm sure they tell you in there how that works.
Because the thing about it is like you can spend a spell slot like to do that normally. So just because
Right.
you can cast it out as a ritual means that you typically just would
Right, but I would
have
imagine
the
that if you
benefit of
can't
not using
cast
a spell
it,
slot.
I would imagine if you can't cast it at like a higher level as a ritual, then they would say that in the text of it, right? Cannot cast as a higher level as a ritual. But I don't know. I'm just gonna rule it this way for now.
Okay.
don't see that
So it's
being-
currently being cast in a way where it'll provide enough room for everybody.
Yeah, I don't see it being that game breaking, but we'll see.
This tiny little tent's gonna fit a lot of people. All right.
She will then. Well, I guess first she would start to cast this near the tent before she knows that it's actually going to hold everybody.
I mean, I guess you could kind of cast it in addition. I don't see why, unless if you wanted to be more like kind of on your own. I guess I don't know.
Well, she'll just go near the tent to start casting it.
We can put the tent inside the hut. It's even safer that way, right?
That would be actually. She'll just look over and go, "Is that going to fit very many people?"
It should be enough, although I'll admit the outer tent might be a little bit more vulnerable to attacks.
About how big is the tent?
It's just a small 2-person canvas tent.
Would you like me to put my dome over it?
That'll add us plenty of protection on it. Let's do it.
All right then. Oh, she'll nod over to Gaelus. Just go. Are you a friend of Jahan's? I don't believe we've met.
No, I am his younger brother.
Oh, well, it's very nice to meet you.
It is nice to meet you too. He'll do a little nod. He's not really a fan of touching people.
Well, she
So-
doesn't extend a hand, but she seems genuine.
No, not in a rude way. It's just like he hasn't been near people for like a majority of his life, so he's still not, unless he knows you. So
Yeah.
but he'll definitely give a smiling nod to Sarai and just like, yes, I'm looking forward to getting to know Jahan's friends. Seem like an interesting bunch.
They are that.
If anything, they are at the very least that.
I love it.
Thork, what would you like to do while all of this is going on?
Lying on the ground staring at the sky with a drink.
All right. So Jahan, while you're getting ready to cast this, and while you're working on this, you notice something. Sort of standing in the forest of the Feywild is a armored figure. The figure is wearing sort of shiny black metal armor. They have long white hair that flows down past their shoulders and sort of golden eyes that kind of shine in the moonlight. They're fairly pale and look almost elven, and they're sort of just standing there in the Feywild, but sort of on the edge of the Feywild, and they're just sort of watching you. You can tell that they're watching you and your friends.
And I'm going to try this for the first real time and think in his head, Sorrow Song, do you recognize that creature?
Sorrow Song says, I'm afraid I do not have eyes to see. Can you describe it to me?
I do. A pale figure with long silver hair and black gleaming armor. And glowing eyes.
I'm afraid that some of my memory is faded from time. I do not recall any one of this description.
Okay. Then I'm gonna halt my ritual for the moment and kind of like freeze, but keep my eyes locked and says, and I say for Sarai and Gaelus to look directly ahead in the direction that I'm looking.
So Sarai, Gaelus, if you look in the direction that he gestures, you don't see anything. You just see woods. You see trees with different colored foliage and leaves. Some of the leaves are falling down, some of the leaves are falling up.
Brother, there's nothing there.
I'm gonna blink a couple of times.
As you blink a couple of times, the figure still stands there. Sort of cocks his head to the side and watches you.
Well, just because we can't see something there doesn't mean there isn't. Invisibility, after all, is a very well-known spell.
Yes, but as far as I know, you don't have the ability to see invisible things innately, do you?
No, I don't.
Hey, about how far is this creature?
Just on the outskirts of the woods.
So, for the purposes of how far away it is from you,
Mhm.
Jahan, it's about like maybe 200-ish feet or so.
Damn. It's like, it really is just kind of like a speck. It has to be some 200 feet out. It's not approaching, but we're definitely going to be watched tonight.
Do you want to approach it?
Mhm.
I think we'll be better off if we stay in our position here.
I agree, but just not go into its territory.
Hmm.
You know what? We can ask the dice.
I'm sorry, ask the what?
The dice.
Dice.
I have
Great
a set
idea.
of dragon bone dice. I can ask them a question, and they tell us whether or not it will go good or bad, or possibly good and bad.
Oh, you're a medium of sorts.
I know of some magical trick.
I'm
Right.
very interested. His eyes like wide and just like I would love to see.
Ask.
Well, it does take quite a bit of time, unfortunately. Perhaps we should finish this spell and keep an eye on it and consult dice when we're safer. I'm sorry. What was your name?
Me?
Yes,
Invoice. Gaelus.
Gaelus. I unfortunately have to stay put as I cast this spell. Would you mind informing some of the other parties we're traveling with about this potential threat?
Sure. I'm not familiar with who is all in your party just yet.
Oh, I was. Well, most of them are over there, and she's going to gesture over to where there's attempted meditation. And she says, but I was also referring to the scores of people that are also with us.
Uh, eh, he's
Maybe
he's
ask
about
him
he's
a
about to
couple
like
more.
yell, but he's just like maybe it's not the right time to yell because he can yell up to a mile basically.
Oof.
So he's just like, you know, I'll just walk over there and tell them.
Thank you. I very much appreciate that.
So while this is happening, meanwhile, you guys are meditating, or attempting to meditate. So doctor says the most important thing is to calm one's mind. Relaxing your body and allowing the stresses of the day to flow away.
And how do you do that?
Well, I do it by focusing on simple things like breathing. I focus on my breathing.
But isn't that the point of the breathing, that you don't have to focus on it? It just happens?
Well, yes. But if you focus on something small like this, it'll take your mind off of the bigger things.
I don't think this is working, Doug. Are you sure you're like a good teacher? Do you even know how to do it? Because I thought since you're a monk you're gonna know, but I'm starting to doubt you.
You're impatient.
Yeah, I know.
You cannot be impatient with meditation. That is the opposite of what meditation is for.
Well, I don't think I am made for meditation, but apparently that's supposed to make me give a shit about politics. Don't ask me how it makes sense, because I don't think it makes sense, but I'm trying.
You have to calm your inner self.
I'm trying. You're not helping.
You're not trying hard enough. You keep talking.
Yeah, you keep answering.
Because you ask questions.
I haven't asked a question now and you still answered. Doug?
Just be quiet.
Don't fucking tell me to be quiet. I'll be quiet
Maybe
because
this
I
is the
want to
wrong
be
spot to
quiet.
choose to fit.
Lucas is regretting his decision.
What are you
walks
doing here?
over. Marcus just walks over. Why are you
Trying to
guys
meditate.
yelling over here?
We're meditating, okay? No shish. Leave us alone. You're
Just relieving all the
disturbing
stress. Don't even worry about it.
I already had it, and then you came and you spoke and you fucked it up.
Sorry, I just wanted to know why everyone was screaming.
That should be Marcus's tagline. He came, he saw, he effed it up.
The best thing that you can do is think about the day and what has happened.
We walked for an entire fucking day. Nothing interesting has happened.
And were you stressed about something?
Other than the woods that are gonna try to kill us, no?
Well, that's good at least. It's a start.
I could probably find a few more things, but yeah.
Well, the benefit of meditation is that it's supposed to help you think about the day and process it in a way that's beneficial for you.
So one might say I already do meditate with with a platter of cheese and wine every night.
I suppose if that's the way you want to meditate, then yes.
Okay, cool. And she's gonna get up. Then I don't fucking have to learn how to do this shit. I already know how to do it. Thanks, Zach. Bye. And she'll grab her armor and start going to her wherever she's gonna sleep.
Okay. Well, Lucas, you can go as well if you want.
No, I think I'm finally starting to get the hang of this. I've never been one for actual meditation, honestly, but I don't know. Something just feels off, I guess.
Well, you worry too much about the things you can't control.
Yeah,
We're
dude,
to
just
hit the hammer
embrace
on the hail. Well, fuck you, Marcus.
just embrace the chaos, man.
Fuck you.
Hey, he has something right about embracing the chaos now.
And as Lucas is sitting there and trying to concentrate while cursing Marcus out, he reaches back and grabs Soul's Wrath, his full blade, and sets it in his lap and just kind of lets it sit there. And for some reason, it just feels a little bit more comfortable like that.
All right. So yeah, it's probably about this time that you come over, Gaelus, to tell them about what's going on.
Sorry to interrupt what it is you're doing here. He has kind of like this confused look on his face, like, I don't know what the hell's going on here. But Jahan is seeing a figure, pale skin, white haired, black clad armor in the forest watching us. And Sarai, I think her name is, asked me to just come over and tell you guys that that's what's happening. So just to be aware. What are you guys doing?
They're trying to meditate, but they suck at it.
Oh, that's simple. Meditation's actually quite good.
I'm
Yeah.
already master of it. It's just Doc's way of meditating is the part that sucks. He's bad at it.
Mm-hmm.
What way are you a master over it? I love different meditation aspects.
See, you sit in a tavern. You put your legs on a table. You wave and you order a glass of wine. Well, no, not a glass. Let's be fair. It's more than a glass. A platter of cheese, and you consume, and you try to be alone. If anyone annoying comes over, you make sure they fuck off so you can be alone. And you just rest.
You know, I'm actually a fan of that style of meditation myself.
No idea who you are, but I already kind of like you. Well, you'll probably ruin it soon, but
So yeah, is anyone going to do anything in regards to hearing about?
oh yeah, does it sound familiar? I was gonna ask and then I forgot. Like, did I hear about the creature person like this? Saw them.
No, not that you've heard of.
Where is it
It's not-
exactly?
You can point to the direction that he pointed you to, Gaelus. So, yeah, he points in the direction. You don't see anything, Kazi.
Do I see anything?
No.
By the way, what happened to our cool eye friend?
He's still here. He's been with you the whole time.
I take him out and ask him if he sees anything over in the woods.
So yeah, this little eye. Well, it doesn't look like an eye. It looks like a gem, a green little gemstone. It sort of floats in the air, and then it forms a skull, made of green energy. And it looks in the direction that you gesture to. And he looks at you and says, "There's nothing there."
Hello?
Yeah, that's what
Hello.
I was saying. Hello.
Sorry, my internet knocked out as soon as I said that last sentence, and that's all I heard. I don't know what happened.
So Kazi just asked where it was. I said I figured that you would have pointed in the direction of it, so I told her that you did. She didn't see anything. No one else sees anything from here. And then they pulled out this little green gem that came and floated out in the air and then formed a little green skull of energy. And he asked the green skull if it sees anything in the forest, and it said no.
Okay. Maybe my brother's being haunted. I don't know.
This is Clarence.
Hello.
What is this? What is that?
Well,
I'm
he was a
Clarence.
skeleton in a cave, but
What kind of magic is this? I don't. Would Gaelus have ever kind of seen this kind of magic before?
Probably not.
Yeah, this is something different. What, you found it in a cave?
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm not an it. I'm a he, sir.
I'm sorry. You found him in a cave. Cool. I'm gonna go over here now. And tell everybody else.
Goodbye.
Nice to meet you. Do you have a name?
Clarence.
Clarence. Nice to meet you, Clarence. And
Nice to meet you as well, Gaelus.
how did you know my name?
Oh, I know all about you.
That's not creepy at all.
He's gonna lean in, but we've never met before. I don't. How do you know me?
I know everything about everyone I meet.
Oh, okay. That's different. Okay. And he calms down because like, okay, you're one of those things. Okay, got it. I'm gonna walk away now and go tell everybody else of what's happening.
He probably overheard us talking while he was in the bag.
So he listens all the time.
I don't see why he doesn't.
Oh, you guys are interesting.
As you say that, Lucas has been continuing to try to meditate. He, with Soul's Wrath in his hands, laying on his lap, he's been kind of trying to take what Doc has said to heart here and apply it. He visualizes the dream with Soul, the tournament fight, and after he kind of processes through everything, he just focuses on this little burning fire that is in his chest that glows and grows as he breathes in and kind of straightens out as he breathes out. And as he's doing this, flames from the blade travel up and ignite and move up and kind of coil around his arms as he's sitting there meditating.
Yet he's setting himself on fire again.
Oh, he's like engulfed in flames.
It's crawling up his arms right now, but he's not completely engulfed yet.
Cast
Yeah.
prestidigitation
doesn't
to
seem-
put out the fire.
He doesn't seem he doesn't seem perturbed by it at all.
Okay.
Should we pour some water over him?
I can make it rain.
Are you gonna piss on him? Is that what you mean?
I'll just like whip up a little rain cloud above my head and then point it over to him and make it rain.
Yeah, the first raindrop hits him. He kind of just like winces a little bit, like, "Oh, that was weird." And then I imagine just like this torrential downpour just smacks him in the face.
Yeah, just like
What was that for?
Setting the tent on fire.
I'm
Well-
outside.
But you were
But-
burning.
yeah, you were kind of on fire, engulfed in flames, and that's not. Is that a thing you can do? I know nothing about you. I'm sorry.
What?
I
Yeah,
think
do that.
meditation is not good for you, dude.
What do you
You were-
mean?
You were meditating?
I was trying to.
You were on fire.
I was?
Yes. And I yelled at you to stop burning.
That's weird. I actually didn't even hear you.
Oh.
That is weird. I
It's
mean,
still raining, by the way.
it's actually quite cool.
Okay, I'll keep it going.
All right. My pants are officially soaked now. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Mm.
And
You're
I'll
actually
crack.
surprisingly not getting wet.
Oh, is the flame still going?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's sort of burning the water away before it gets to you.
Holy shit, I'm on fire.
Try
Yeah.
prestidigitation the flame away.
Yeah, as you prestidigitate the flame or try to, it seems to only grow hotter.
Okay. I stopped the rain because it doesn't seem to be helping.
Lucas will stand up and he tries concentrating a little bit harder on that flame. And as he does, the flame finally reaches past his shoulders and kind of engulfs his face. And as he does, his red hair kind of animates by itself into a flame. His golden eyes kind of get a little bit darker red. And the flame kind of just coils around him like a cloak. Well, this is new.
Oh, you're that one guy I passed earlier in town. Oh.
Lucas,
Yes?
are you supposed to be on fire?
I don't know.
Does it hurt?
Should I keep casting the spell or come over and help you?
I'm okay, and I'm not underneath any spell this time. Fuck you, Markus.
All right.
Jeez, why are you so mean?
Why do you make me say things that aren't true?
I only did it the one time.
I don't know. How about this? Come on. I'm gonna give you a hug. Come here. Come here. We'll make this up. Come on.
Okay, before I do, I cast protection from energy fire. and I let him hug me.
Oh wait, I've got to double check something here.
Oh no.
Do you ignore resistances?
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure that you do.
Either that or it's at a later level that happens.
I'm pretty sure that you still do most of the damage. Let me see.
Yeah, I got it right here.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah. So he's emitting a bright light.
So it's the first three things. The
for-
first two things. So the two level 3 things.
It's not, it looks
So
like it got to level 10. So yeah, you ignore the damage or resist whatever would have happened.
technically he doesn't take any damage unless you want him to.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with yes with that.
Okay. If you want him to take damage, then he is going to take
So,
1d6 plus your charisma modifier.
isn't con?
Oh, con. Yeah, no, con modifier, sorry.
Yeah, it's good. It's 3 plus the 6.
Ow.
So 8 fire damage.
You mean 4?
Yeah, well, it's 8, but then it's halved to 4, yeah.
There we go, all nice and toasty.
And you're lit on fire.
Stop.
Yeah, so as long as you take the action to put yourself out, you're fine.
I
Marcus,
make a rain cloud over him.
Yes?
are you supposed to be on fire?
I'm gonna go with yes. This feels right.
All right.
And he doesn't necessarily know how to turn this off, so he just stands there for a little bit trying to figure out how that works.
You get the impression that once you sheathe the sword, it'll be done.
Try rolling on the ground.
But-
Set the whole camp on fire.
Yeah, that's great.
In today's news, a wildfire spread all throughout.
The Feywild caught fire.
Lucas will reach down and pick up his scabbard and sheathe the blade, and the flame kind of swirls around him up the one arm that is holding on to the handle, and it kind of just morphs into the blade. Well, that was an experience. Maybe I should do meditation more often.
I feel like as long as you don't set people on fire, that will be fine. Unless that's a thing that you guys normally do, is set each other on fire.
Well, not normally, but flame has kind of an interesting history with me, we'll say. I've always been able to produce, like, small embers, but nothing like that.
It probably means you're growing stronger with whatever you got going on there.
Yes, it seems so.
You are a professional arsonist.
Okay, first of all, I have not burned anything down yet, and we're going to try to keep it that way, okay?
Okay. What's the second thing?
I don't know, I was kind of just trying to make a point.
You guys are fun. I'm gonna head back over to Jahan and Sarai. It was
Now,
nice.
Lucas, I am perfectly okay with you burning down our enemies' homes, but you should probably avoid doing that to the tavern that we're sleeping at.
Well, I mean, I can try to figure out. I'm not sure. He actually reaches down and pulls back out the blade and ignites just the blade, just to see if make sure that it doesn't actually catch him on fire when he does that. And after confirming that, he turns it off and then puts it back away. I'll have to practice with it, I think, but I don't think that should be a problem.
I can help you practice.
I'm not sure how much more of your help I really want, Markus.
Oh, no. I was saying that you can help me.
This is becoming less appealing by the moment.
Don't worry, it won't be lethal, I think.
Well, I think I am going to wait until whatever they're done with the tent there is done. You have a good night, Markus.
You too.
Yeah, so Jahan, as you're doing the stuff with the tent, whatever that is, it's standing there in the woods, is still watching you.
Okay, this is getting creepy. Sarai, how about those dice?
I'd prefer to finish up this dome first. After this dome is up, whatever it is shouldn't be able to get in here. Dice or not, I'd rather go ahead and get that done before we figure out our next move.
You tried shooting it.
This close to the Feywilds, I'd rather not try to.
It's better not to instigate things.
Question. When it was pointed out to me, was it informed? Is it like on the edge of the woods? Is it inside the woods?
It is inside, but on the edge. So you would have to take maybe like a couple steps into the trees, but that's how deep it would be. It's not very deep.
I would go for a stroll into that direction.
Only good things happen from this.
Without
We all know
armor,
this.
because I took it off and I left it.
Oh,
I know.
the best ideas.
We
But I
only
have
have
my
the best
sword.
ideas in this game.
And my shield with me.
IQ 500 moves right here.
Okay. So you're making your way towards the direction that was pointed out to you?
Yeah, because maybe I can't see it from far away, but when I come closer, I'll see it.
Okay.
Kazi, where are you going?
Well, something's there. Someone said, I think it was you, but I didn't talk to you, so I'm confused. But I'm gonna go check it out. I'll be right back.
No, it's one, it's heavily armored. Two, it's within the Feywild. Do you not remember any of the warnings I told you?
I'm not gonna go into the Feywild. I'm just gonna get closer. Trust me, I'm not going into those woods.
Yeah, well, it's not your funeral. I guess it's your funeral. But here, why don't you take Impa with you just in case?
Wait, so is it her funeral or isn't it?
It is. It's totally her funeral. Here you go. Here's a snake. Take this on your journey.
Absolutely her funeral right now.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Yeah, take this, and I give her. I pause. I tell Impa to go slither on. Don't you have a dragon?
Yeah, he's with me.
Okay.
I
Okay,
don't need
good.
your snake.
I want to see it closer up too. So take her.
Oh, so you wanna go up there? You're just too much of a puss. So I have to go there for you. Okay, cool.
I mean,
Well, if you survive, you'll have a very comfortable tent to stay inside for the night. So, by all means, go ahead.
That is a fair point. Okay, see you soon.
Can Marcus follow her just because he's bored and has nothing else better to do?
Sure.
so you didn't want me to go out there, but you let her go.
I can protect you from here. I can't protect you and cast a ritual at the same time.
Worry wart.
So yeah, Kazi, as you start to approach the Fae, Malagos is with you, but like in the shadows, as he normally is when around a bunch of people. And you hear his voice inside of your head say, "I don't feel too good."
I'm gonna stop the second he says that. What's wrong?
I feel weird.
Do you think that's that thing? Whatever Jahan saw?
I don't know. I felt fine until we started getting closer.
Or maybe is it the Fey Wilds? Okay, you stay back.
Hey, Kazi, you're all right?
Yeah, I'm alright. Malagus is not great. I don't know what's up.
Can I quietly ask Watcher what he knows about the Feywild?
Sure. Watcher tells you that the Feywild didn't always used to be dangerous. That it used to just be like any other forest. And he tells you not to go in it. And that's all.
Marcus will continue following Kazi, but like 30 feet back.
How close am I when Malagus says he's not feeling best?
Probably like maybe 30 feet from the, or like 60 feet or so from the edge.
Okay, well, after I tell him to move back a little and like let me know if he feels better when he moves away.
He does. He does feel better.
I'll just go to the edge and try to look inside the woods if I see anything there.
Alright. Roll me a perception check.
I also roll.
Lol.
2 twos. Oh no.
So was that a yes?
Yeah, you can roll.
Oh, oh no.
Ladies
You
and
sort of
gentlemen, our scouting party.
you sort of stare into the woods, looking for any sign of movement. You don't see anything.
Okay, I don't know what it is. It seems like there must be something, and it's not even that I believe Jahan, cause I don't. But Malagus started feeling weird, so that tells me there was something going on. But I can't see shit, so I'm just gonna head back. I don't know how about you, Marcus.
I'm going back.
And so we go back.
All right.
Did you find anything?
Jahan, you would see that Kazi was standing probably right in front of the figure that you saw. And you would have saw that his attention was turned towards her. And as she sort of approached, he almost looked like he was reaching a hand out to touch her, but couldn't quite reach her.
That wasn't very smart. Did you get a good look, Kazi?
No. Couldn't see shit there. Trees. More trees. Foliage. Bushes. That sort of thing. But whatever it was, it made Malagus feel weird and not good.
Oh, did Clarence see anything?
Clarence did not.
All right.
Well, he seems to have gotten a good look at you. But it didn't outright kill you, so I'm sure we'll be fine for at least the night.
Kazi, the dragon that you have, where is he from?
From an egg? I don't know.
Well, he's not. He's very shadowy. I was wondering if he came from another plane.
I'm gonna ask Malagas in my mind, where did you come from? Did you come from a different plane?
Well, when a mommy dragon and a daddy dragon.
He would say, I don't remember much. I had some memories when I was inside my egg. I could see things from outside. I was normally just with the man in white.
Yeah, he doesn't know either. He just remembers the dude in white.
I also
So
remember an older man and the dragon that he had.
What older man? What dragon?
Great big golden dragon.
Okay. What about the men?
It was not Shane. It was another man.
Okay.
So
But it
who's
was
this
like,
guy in white?
oh, I thought I
Oh.
told you guys before.
You did not.
I mean, I told someone, I don't remember who was present at the time. But pretty much, I don't know who's the dude in white. But after my entire village was killed by the dude in black, and I was kind of killed by the dude in black, the dude in white came in, gave me the egg, touched me, left my mark on my chest, and he went away, but told me, like, if I need his help, he'll come over. It's a weird story, I know. That's why I don't really say it.
Okay, but who's the guy in black?
Oh, in black? I thought
Yes.
you asked in white before.
I asked you who the guy in white was, but then you started talking about this weird guy in black
I
without any
DM
context.
as far as I know, it's this weird entity slate that I don't really learn much more about, right?
I mean, you did. You learned from the king and from Shane that Slade was the one that attacked Edgeville 300 years ago.
Okay. Well then, yeah. He is the one who attacked Jezreel 300 years ago, and he's a piece of shit.
So
And I
this
really don't
man,
like him.
this man in black is Slade.
Yeah, I think that's one of the names.
Uh, all right then.
And Jahan, you would recognize his description from the ring.
Oh man. The man in white.
No, the man in black. You recognize the description of him from the ring. He was the one that Gale fought against while protecting Edgeville.
He's gonna kind of keep that information to himself for a little bit. And about how long has it been since we started casting these rituals?
At this point, the 10-minute ritual would be finished.
We have a dome.
Okay. And then I guess I'll finish. I guess I'll I started mine a little bit more earlier than Sarai's, I think. So I'll probably, I guess we're going with the extended spell up, extended time will upcast it.
Yeah, so it'll be 25 minutes then.
Okay. So, all right, it's partially done. I'm nearly there.
Well, just let me know if you need to get me out of the way. I can't leave this dome or else it'll just vanish.
No worries. Those dice.
I could.
Just let's find out what happens to our encampment if we ignore this.
Perhaps your brother would like to bear witness.
I'm here.
Ah, yes, good. Well, if you'll sit down here across from me, I'll give you a demonstration.
I will sit down and eager.
All right. Well, because it is also a ritual, I need to take 11 minutes doing this. So you see, she takes out a case of these bone dice and makes a sort of flat area and sort of starts ritually rolling and re-rolling these dice. Actually, before she starts rolling them, she goes, "What sort of question do you think we should ask?"
Me?
Yes. Well, you're the one I'm giving the demonstration to. It can't be a yes or no question. It's what will happen if, or how dangerous would be if.
How dangerous would it be if we let the specter go on?
Very well. And so she will roll and re-roll these dice for 11 minutes. And eventually, we get a response. Or she gets a response.
As you try to gain a response, you feel as if there must be something wrong with the magic, as you get no answer. No answer of weal, no answer of woe.
Curious.
Curious.
Dice are
Well-
just like standing up on their sides.
Yeah, they're all cocked. Well, normally it's rather clear. However, this time it's not giving a response. Sorry, not a very good demonstration. That
This
could
would
mean
this would effectively be that the results that
Mhm.
aren't especially good or bad.
Right. So it's a bit of a wash, which I suppose means good things for us leaving him alone. Probably would be worse for us to go after him.
Okay. I will respect my brother's wishes and not do anything. Bothers my soul, but I understand.
Well, we should be perfectly safe in here. Just worried about all the others that don't have this magical protection.
We're gonna come outside and they're all dead.
Hey guys, you ready to go? Oh.
Oh, so that's cool. It's a bloodbath outside. At least the party who has all this magic at their disposal. Oh,
Oh no, there's casters amongst these people.
cool.
There-
Then maybe they've got.
There are protections being put up around the camps and stuff. So
Cool. Then after 11 minutes has passed, then I only need to wait the 4 more minutes, and then boom, magic tent.
yeah.
So
In that time, does anyone want to do anything else?
Nah.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit under a tree. And I'm gonna pull out a water skin with wine and some cheese. I'm gonna slice it into cubes and I'm gonna do my meditation.
Okay.
I think the closer we get, like being this close to Araglad and not being like with the Aegis in the Feywilds, it's good. It's making Gaelus be a little bit more anxious. So I think he starts pacing as he's thinking about actually stepping in the city where he was told he could never go.
Okay. Yeah, you got you some time before that ever happens, but yeah, that's being this close is probably gonna start like kicking in. That you're heading back, you're going there. You probably have been in the city like once or twice, but it would have been like one of these kinds of very fast in and out type journeys.
Yeah, like I don't have much knowledge of what happened or how it looks at all. Basically, it was
Right,
probably
you would have probably been more like taking the secret passage that you used to get out of the city into like the queen's quarters kind of thing, and probably around in her private areas in the city, but that's about it.
You
Yeah.
make it sound really naughty and bad.
Well, yeah.
That's his
You'll
mother.
wear down the grass.
would everyone like to come inside?
So yeah, the spell is cast.
They will come into this dome before they're like ta-da, and it's just an old
Dome.
canvas tent. It's just an old canvas tent, and then they're like, all right, everyone, find a spot.
Like around.
Oh, come on inside.
The-
And
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, describe what's inside the tent.
all right, so I'll just, for the most part, from the outside, the tent appears to be just this ordinary tent, but inside it actually has a foyer and a large bed chamber, as well as a writing desk with a chair. There's a rather large bed in the center, enough for two, a small nightstand with a candle, and even a small clothes rack. The floor is clean, dry, and a hard-packed version of the earth that was below us, as well as a dining area with seats for six and enough floor space for 6 people to sleep if they bring their own bed.
Alright. So as you guys are getting settled in, before you go into your like little camp tent area, a man approaches you. whoever would still be outside. Kazi, would you still be outside?
Yeah, I guess I'm not done with my wine and cheese, so I'm gonna come when I'm done.
Yeah, you don't want to bring that in. You'd get ants or something. uh, so yeah, a man approaches you. He's about like maybe 5'6" or so. He's wearing sort of studded leather armor. He has a bow on his back, sort of short, brown hair, and a brown goatee. And he has sort of blue eyes. As he approaches you, Kazi says, "Excuse me, are you Kazi?"
Depends who asks.
Oh, I'm just such a huge fan.
Of what?
I saw you in the tournament.
Oh yeah?
You were magnificent in the fight. I didn't have the ability to register in time, or I would have probably partaken. But I definitely wouldn't have been able to beat you. You were amazing.
She's gonna smile a tiny little bit.
The fact that you managed to stand against King Dragon even for a second was impressive, to say the least. And the fact that you managed to take out not one, but several of the 5, I'm sure you would have beaten them all if given the chance.
I guess I did alright.
You were amazing. You were the best fighter I've ever seen. My name is Edels, and he holds his hand out for you.
She's just gonna like pack a cube of cheese in her mouth and
Harsh.
But you said you shook his hand? Oh, you don't? Okay.
I have cheese in one hand and wine in the other. I can't.
Oh, I apologize. I see that you are a wine and cheese connoisseur.
I'm actually training meditation right now, if you don't mind.
No, of course not. I had heard that you did enjoy wine, and I had and he reaches behind and pulls out a little bag, and he opens it, and inside there's about 7 bottles of wine.
Oh.
She's like gonna kind of fixate on that and lick her lips. Yeah?
He pulls out the bottles and sets them down, and he says, "They're an extremely old vintage from my village. We produce most of the wine in the country. I heard that you liked wine, and I wanted to try to make a good impression."
I guess I can try it out and let you know if it's any good.
Well,
I'm sort of traveling on my own, and I was hoping that I could ask to join your small little group.
A small little group, don't you see the big caravan?
Well, yes, I'm in the caravan, of course, but I meant just your group in particular.
Why? What do you think?
Well, to be around such magnificent heroes yourself, maybe I'd learn something.
Sure, I guess, if you don't talk much.
I can shut up. I brought some cheese too, though, and he pulls the sort of a big wheel of cheese out.
Okay. Leave the cheese and wine and you can stay for now.
Right, yeah, he sets it down and he says, "Do You want me to open a bottle?
I already have one open. I'll try it out tomorrow. Now, off you go. I'm meditating.
Of course. And he sort of leads you to your devices. But staying somewhat close in case you need something.
Kazi, you have a fanboy.
You're
I'm just
only
imagining
mocking me
the-
because you hope you had one.
Oh, please,
I'm
with
just-
that piss poor effort that I had, no. God, no.
Say, you guys, you would probably see this conversation take place. Edels is sort of sitting there, unpacking his pack and stuff.
I'm going to. How far away is he?
Probably not that. I would say, like, Kazi's sitting close to where you guys are, so not very far.
All right. I will within 60 feet.
Yeah, I'd say so.
All right, I will cast detect magic and see if he radiates anything.
Nope.
Hmm.
Anyone got detect poison?
Unfortunately, not.
I have protection from poison, but I already cast it to save myself from Doctor.
Lucas, you actually would have seen this guy outside of the city when everyone was gathered up. Like, you recognize him as one of the guys that you might have spotted earlier. You haven't seen him in
just
the
talking
city, but
around.
yeah, you hadn't seen him in the city. You saw him outside when everyone was preparing.
I didn't really talk to him. But yeah, he was in the caravan earlier. But did anybody catch what he was talking to Kazi about?
Well, he seemed to be lavishing her with gifts. Don't trust that one. Don't trust many people, to be frank, but when someone comes at you with many gifts very quickly, it's troubling.
Well, she did just win the tournament, so it'd be natural for her to have fanboys.
Yes,
I don't know.
but
Maybe he's a suitor.
But one that followed her from the town?
Well, I mean, he looks. Well, I wouldn't say battle hardened, but it looks like he knows his way around a fight.
Yeah, he has armor and a bow and stuff. He looks like he knows how to use it.
it's possible, but infatuation is very dangerous. Even if that is what it is.
Why is it so dangerous?
It can make someone do things uncharacteristic of their nature.
Well, yeah, isn't that just kind of what love is?
I said infatuation, not love. There's a difference.
And Lucas kind of just shrugs at that.
Well, everyone, it's getting late. We should probably get some rest.
Of course. Hey, DM, question. So I have to be in the dome for it to actually work. If I leave, it goes away. So when I
Right.
go into the tent, does the dome go away or does it stay? Because it's kind of a weird extra dimensional space. I don't know if that counts or not.
I'm gonna say that as long as you're inside of the space of the dome, you're fine.
Okay, cool.
Even
Thanks.
if you're inside of the space of the tent. So yeah, Kazi, when you finish your cheese and wine,
By the way,
Gonna-
Fanboy is not allowed in the dome. He cannot pass through.
that's fine. He doesn't care.
I'm gonna gather my wine and cheese and head into the tent.
Welcome to the party.
I noticed there's one bed. Who's taking the bed?
I suppose the one that casts the spell in the first place should get the bed.
Well, that is one way to look at it.
I'm fine with being on the floor.
Tell you what, Kazi. If you can resist me parrying your sword, then you can take the bed.
What?
If I can parry your sword, then you can. If I try to parry your sword and fail, you can take the bed. How does that sound?
But I already beat you. I don't. It's fine. You can have the bed, but it's big, you know.
Jahan, you've gotten bold in your old age.
I'm still quite young. Thank you, Gaelus.
Is that crow's feet?
I just turned 100. Oh, just kidding. I actually wrote 226. I'm still young.
Wait, you're 226?
Okay,
Apparently that's
boomer.
what I wrote. Lol. I've still got some fight left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, boomer.
Still really young for
Okay,
an elf.
boomer.
Yeah, it is. I'm just giving him brotherly shit.
So yeah, he's gonna draw his sword. Are you ready, Kazi?
But I already.
But what?
I thought already made clear that I don't want to do it. You can like sleep in your bed. It's your bed. I was just asking, and like I said, there's space for more than one person in it. Just saying. And if we lay the other way around, it could be like even 4 or 5 people.
let's just Tetris the bed. Let's do it.
Gaelus is under the covers already.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. Guess it's a brother thing.
You guys are brothers?
Yes. Gaelus is my brother. Sorry. I guess I didn't introduce.
Yeah, we actually haven't had proper introductions yet.
All right. Well, then I guess this is the perfect time. You all. This is Gaelus, my younger brother.
Hello. It's nice to officially meet you all.
Are you wearing something underneath that blanket?
Yeah, I'm still in like my clothes. I'm in a room full of strangers. I won't sleep. I won't strip.
Aw.
Am I correct in saying that you can sleep in light armor, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Sorry, I'm not gonna be a good cuddle buddy because I'm keeping my armor on.
I haven't done that since I was very, very young.
And yes, so Gaelus left a long time ago. In fact, we haven't seen each other in quite a while. I had suspicions he was going to be in Edgeville, but I assumed he just moved with the wind, as he does.
I'm sort of mercurial.
So wait, we have 3 royalty now?
What are you talking about? What royalty?
Our group. We have 3 royalty in our group now, don't we?
Yes.
Who's the third?
Well, your brother.
Well-
Isn't he?
No. Not the 2 brothers. Who's the third of?
Doc.
The only royalty I
right.
know about is Doug. Who else is royalty?
I am the queen's son, as is Gaelus.
I am not royalty, however.
It's,
I mean, you've got royal blood, don't you? Why wouldn't you be royalty?
It's best to show you when we get to Araglad. It'll become apparent.
Of course, the royalty is taking the bed then while they're Slaves are sleeping on the ground.
I offered you a
Slave-
chance to earn your bed.
Uh, well, firstly, I was not raised in Araglad, the city. I was raised in the Feywilds.
That's impressive.
Oh
How did you
no.
survive?
Uh,
It
for-
was our family's outside home. Private
You have a
place.
summer home in the Feywild.
Sounds dangerous.
Wow, how well traveled you are.
Indeed.
it's where I did most of my training. So
Well, it
Did you
certainly
also
must
try?
have. Oh, I'm sorry.
I was just curious if the training was with the Aegis as well or not.
it was.
Oh,
It was. I was trained martially. Gaelus was trained for his magical talent.
martially, but can't you cast spells as well?
I can. That was part of my formal training.
I see.
Yeah,
Still,
I'm not gifted with the
Is-
sword.
Is sucking in the tournament also part of your formal training?
no, that happens to be
He still did better than you, Marcus. You lost your first fight.
Yeah.
Not only that,
Um,
but you didn't even get a chance to do anything against me.
Oh.
Yeah, but I still beat Jahan,
That's true,
which makes
Jahan.
him less than me.
That is true, Jahan. He did beat you.
Man, this pecking order is starting to look worse and worse for you, man.
I cannot wait to tell the Aegis.
I'd say, if anything, I'm second and Kazi's first.
You're all losers.
Don't worry,
Well-
Jahan. I'm sure you would have beaten me at that tournament if we had fought.
In fairness, Kazi, we never got a chance to fight to see who's the best between us.
Or
I
even
won.
damaged me.
Yeah. Tell yourself what you want. Sure, you would have beaten me, but you know what? Who won the tournament? I did. And you
With my
lost.
help.
And mine.
And mine.
So I still won.
So, Gaelus, you probably missed quite a lot.
Yeah, I was taking down a bounty that I was given by the captain of the guard. So I was away when the tournament happened, or else I would have probably competed myself.
It's probably best you kept yourself busy. Save yourself the humiliation of being struck down by King Dragon amongst the whole city.
That's actually fair. I didn't think he actually was a thing. I thought he was like a figment
It
of something.
was
He's
more
real,
editing
and he's an
analogy.
asshole.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you guys got to go through that and relay me the pleasure of not doing that.
My king could totally kick your queen's butt any day.
At this point, Cassie's gonna like lay in the corner and use Mollicus as a pillow.
I'm gonna lay back down in the bed, close my eyes.
Uh, yeah, as well. Yep, I'm gonna turn it in.
Jahan, do you check on the thing that's been watching you?
Actually, yes, I'd love to. I'm gonna step outside while everyone's getting ready and take one last look out.
As you take a look out, you can notice that the camp is oddly quiet. You see Edels sort of curled up in a little ball, covered up with a blanket and stuff. But for the number of people that are in the sort of camp, it's quite quiet.
I'm gonna take a small stroll just to survey the grounds and look back in the direction of the forest.
Okay. As you look towards the forest, the figure is gone.
Okay.
And as you
And there are
kind
like
of
tents and stuff pitched out,
yeah,
right?
there are tents and stuff pitched out, and there's supposed to be individuals walking around, but you don't see anyone. Just
There's no like campfire or anything, right?
no.
Okay. I'm gonna take a look into a nearby tent just to peek.
Yeah, you sort of open the tent, and as you sort of look in, you can see that there are people asleep.
Okay. And there's just nobody out like walking around. It's complete just tents.
Yeah, nobody around that you can see. Just tents.
Okay. Um Jahan's gonna stop and take a look back towards the dome, and I guess was there like a caravan leader?
Yeah,
that
the
we come-
Sebastian. Sebastian was the caravan leader.
Right. And Jahan's gonna seek out tent
Yeah,
again.
walking around, you see that there are individuals that are just sort of laying on the ground, unconscious.
Okay. Like on the floor, not in a tent.
Yeah, like you would have probably thought that should have been on patrol as they're just sort of laying there.
Okay, I'm gonna run up to the nearest one unconscious and attempt to shake him awake.
Right. As you shake them, nothing happens.
Okay. Then he's gonna run back to the dome and um, wake the party.
All right, so as you go back to wake the party, we're going to pause here and we're going to take a quick 5 to 10 minute break.
Cool.
All right.
All right.
So yeah, we'll be back after this. Hello everyone, and we're back from our break here. So yeah, leaving off or getting back to where we left off. Jahan has discovered that the camp is quiet, everyone is asleep, and they all don't seem to be able to be woken up.
Okay, so Jahan is gonna burst through the doors of the tent and say, "Everyone, the cards have all been rendered unconscious. No one's up."
What?
What?
Here, get up. We all need to survey the grounds.
I will
I
stay
didn't wanna
in the
take away
dome
from
to
me.
keep it active, but call if you need me.
All right.
I will head outside
Yeah,
and
same.
see what he's talking about.
Right? So you
Too
walk
low.
outside and you see Edel sort of in front of your little tent area asleep. He's covered up in a blanket, and you notice that there's other people sort of face down in the dirt. They look like they've just sort of fallen asleep where they were standing, and you can hear how quiet the camp is.
Mm,
I
okay.
walk up. Can I walk up to the kid and open up one of his eyes?
Sure, you walk up to Edel's and you open up one of his eyes. He sort of stirs and wakes up. What's going on?
One just fell unconscious. Come on.
He kind of stands up, dusts himself off a little bit, grabs his bow, and has it at the ready.
Uh,
I'm gonna go up to another guard, another one of the people that are face down, roll them over, and again try to wake them up.
Yeah, you do that. They don't stir.
Can
Up
I
their
check
eyes.
I'm gonna check for a pulse first.
Yeah, you check for the pulse. As you touch, they're alive.
Okay.
They have a
And,
pulse.
I guess I'll hesitantly do what Marcus suggested, and I'll attempt to look at their eyes.
Yeah, so you do what he did to Edels, but as you do that to this random individual, nothing happens. They don't stir.
so why can we wake you up and not them? Does this sound familiar or look familiar to Gaelus?
Roll me a history check, and Edel says, I don't know. I wasn't really sleeping very well. I tried to sleep, but just laying here was hurting my back. It isn't very comfortable.
Damn it. It's almost 16.
Yeah, as you try to think on this, you recall back, trying to think of anything that you might have remembered from the past. Unfortunately, nothing comes to mind.
Can anyone check to see if this is magically induced?
I can. I will walk up to a person, the one that I think Jahan went up to, and I'll cast Dispel Magic.
Right. As you cast Dispel Magic, his eyes snap open, his mouth snaps open, and this sort of black miasma smoke almost begins pouring out. And he begins screaming at the top of his lungs in what sounds like pure agony.
Aye.
That's
Sword
not
is out, just pointed at that.
that's not supposed to happen. I swear I didn't do anything.
This sort of black fog smoke twirls and bellows out for what is probably about 5 or 6 seconds until it stops, sort of vanishes into the air, disappearing. The man sort of sits there, kind of moaning in pain for a few more moments before he seems to gather himself, and he looks at you and goes, "What happened?" He sits up, trying to sit up, but kind of falls.
And Johan will catch him and just say, Did you see anything before you blacked out? Do you remember anything?"
No, I didn't see anything or hear anything.
Okay. Are are you an arcanist? Can you cast any spells?
You're asking the man if he can cast spells?
Yeah.
No, I'm just a soldier.
Okay. Uh, Here, rest. Go near our tent and stay close by. Help us look for anybody who might still be awake.
All right.
Shout. We'll come running.
He sort of
Right.
starts to pull himself up, getting into a more sitting position. And eventually, when he kind of gathers his strength, he does fully stand up.
Right. Can I cast Detect Magic, but not as a ritual?
Sure, you just want to cast a spell?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that.
All right. when I approach any of the other, unconscious people, do I pick up anything from them?
So when you approach the other unconscious individuals, you don't pick any magic up from them. No.
All right. I'm gonna try doing that thing again, where I kind of just turn them over, open up one of their eyes.
Yeah, you do that. They don't react.
I poke them in the eye.
Ow.
Sure, nothing happens.
These guys are out cold.
We should probably go and see if we can awaken Sebastian. He would know who needs to get up and who can help with the situation.
Okay.
Right.
Who is Sebastian?
He's the
It's
leader of
the
the
caravan leader. Yeah.
We can find him. I know him. It's just this way. And
I think he was at the large tent.
Okay. I follow.
You move to the center of the camp, and eventually you find the very large tent that you would know Sebastian is in.
I go in.
Inside, sorry, it was yawning. Inside, you see that it's fairly nice. It's obviously like there's not a lot of stuff here, but what stuff can be put up is put up. And you see Sebastian is asleep, sort of sitting at his desk.
Well, before I cast a spell magic, I'm gonna try what the others were trying, and open his eyes, see if that works for him.
Yeah, as you try to force his eyes open, nothing happens.
Okay, wave my hands over him, gust of wind, dispel magic.
Before he does that, did my detect magic pick up anything on him?
No.
Okay.
As you dispel the magic, his eyes shoot open, his mouth does the same, and the same thing that happened before happens again. Black mist of miasma comes pouring out.
I try shooting the black miasma.
Sure, as your gun issues out and fires, it just sort of goes through this smoke.
Radiant damage doesn't do anything.
Doesn't seem to.
Does anyone know of a creature or beast that is capable of this?
If I had to make any assumption, it's not uncommon for creatures of the Feywild to put victims to sleep before pulling their pranks or doing other or their ambushes.
Yeah, I
Can I make an Arcana check?
Sure.
In the background, Kazi's screaming at the woods. We're not even in the forest yet, assholes!
Whatever Gaelus is doing seems to be helping, but beyond that, you don't know what this is. It's not registering on your detect magic.
Right.
But yeah, the Sebastian does wake up, sort of sits up, looks at you. What's going on?
There might be creatures or entity attacking the camp. You all fell asleep, and the only way to wake you up is to dispel magic, and then some black mist comes out of your body, out of your mouth, and you scream in pain. Do you remember anything? Did anything happen before you?
It's a horrible dream. My head is pounding.
What dream? What was it you were dreaming of?
I can't even recall. It seems so far away now.
Well, is there, or do you have a list of spellcasters who would be able to dispel this?
Yes, I do. He stands up. I can find them and take you to them.
All right. We should probably
Uh,
get people up as fast as we can.
Yeah, I can only do it one more time too.
One more, I believe, is enough.
And get the domino rolling, as it were.
But yeah, he'll lead you to the individual that is the casters.
Meanwhile, Johanna's going to scout the camp again, personally searching for this the figure that was outside of the forest.
Are you going to the edge?
I was just thinking of moving throughout maybe walking the outskirts of the camp, the circling.
Okay, but not getting close to the edge of the forest?
No.
Right, yeah, I mean, as you're walking, roll me a perception check. So it takes you longer than it did the first time, but as you're sort of walking around, eventually you do see the man that you saw before just sort of standing there watching you
From the forest.
from the forest.
Okay.
It kind of gestures for you to come closer.
Johan knows the Feywild is a place that you just walk into. So he's going to reach out and just say, Sorrow Song, you advised the previous Aegis within the Feywilds. What do you think my best course of action is? It's clear that this creature wants me to go near it.
If you wish me to be of more help, you must open yourself to me. I did not request this because it can be quite intrusive, and we have just met.
And he's going to look out at this our camp and our party. This definitely seems like the type of thing where we can't take risks, and if we can have a clear guide within the Feywilds, Jahan will accept.
So as you accept, you feel yourself almost being torn in half. The feeling of your mind sort of splitting, and it's quite painful and it's quite uncomfortable. But then a few moments pass, and it's as if it never happened. You feel the knowledge of Sorrow Song and his mind and your mind are intertwined as if you two were one. Still quite separate, but you feel more complete. The Sorrow Song says, I can now see what you see, hear what you hear. I can speak with your mouth, should it be required.
Very well. Now this figure, what can you tell me about it? And he's going to start looking and start walking towards it.
He looks at it and says, as I said before, my knowledge is still limited. The amount of time I remained in disuse, even for an elf, my memory is fading.
What about this this affliction that's befallen the encampment, the sleep, the cloud, not being picked up by magic?
I
this
have
something-
heard of a creature, even amongst you, having only been with you for a day. You mentioned the creature. The creature in black. His magics could do this.
Bum bum bum.
All right, then. Will killing this creature put a stop to the effects of his magic?
You hear a sort of chuckle in your mind, clearly amused. Sorosong says, "You are brave and you are courageous. However, this creature is beyond your power."
And damn.
But I suppose, should he have been put to death, any spell or ability that he harnessed would be put to death as well.
Man, you said the magic words that he couldn't do it. And he's gonna stop and kind of like clench his fists at the mention that something was above his strength, and he's going to cast mage armor himself.
Okay. And you're still
And-
approaching this figure in the woods?
Yes, and he's going to send Impa to go collect Lucas, and hopefully be able to communicate that that's something that'll
It's
help.
like Lassie, but a snake.
Yeah.
Bark, bark! What is it,
What's that?
snaky?
What's that, Impa? What's that? Jahan's going into the woods alone?
Little Johan has fallen into a well.
Yeah, so we'll pause with you for just a moment, and then we'll go to the others. So, Kazi, what are you doing in particular while this is going on?
I'm just kind of hanging with everyone else while they do their things. And like if I find a body, I kind of kick it, but not to kick the shit out of it, just kind of like if they're laying on their face to like make them turn on their back and see if they're alive.
Right. Yeah, there once some of the individuals around you are breathing, though as you kind of get to a few of the, I guess you would say, less hardy individuals, they are dead. You find 2 so far that are dead.
Whoa.
What do we do with the bodies?
What bodies?
Like this body, and she kind of like pokes it with her foot.
Wait, they're dead.
This one seems to be. And there's another one over there, and he seems pretty much dead to me too. But I'm not a doctor. Doctor?
Doctor will go over and he does an examination against one that you said was dead. After maybe 5 or 6 seconds, he stands up and says, "This one is in fact quite dead."
Do we burn them? Do we bury them? Do we just, I don't know, ignore them?
Well, let's try finding out what's causing these suspicious circumstances.
fucking crazy woods. And what are you gonna do about it?
The woods.
Dude, it's always the fucking woods.
That's right. Nature is always the most evil of evils.
So at this point, Gaelus, you would cast the spell that you had for the individual that you're going to. The caster that they told you about. So you'd be
Okay.
able to cast that. And he would start casting it against the other casters that he knows. So it starts a chain reaction of casting. But yeah, you notice something, Kazi, about the one that's dead. But it's probably only when Doctor starts really going to town on exploring him, figuring out how he died. As he sort of takes the guy's shirt off, you notice the sort of black veins in the skin.
Okay. I think it's another one of those plague White Walker shit.
Doctor will then say, "This means we must burn the dead."
What's a White Walker?
How to explain this? I don't fucking know. They
Would-
just
Would I know what a White Walker is before, or no? Or is that
I would say probably not.
okay?
it seems that there's some kind of plague that infests people, makes them go crazy and kind of monsterish, and they're not that bad. They didn't even get to go crazy. But one of the things it makes you do, it seems to turn your blood black.
Oh,
Markus can tell you more. His friend died from it.
wouldn't that be like a sensitive topic to discuss with him? And I don't really know him that well.
Yes, it is.
Just shrug.
Yeah, I'm just like, I feel like you don't really discuss the passing of friends. I'll never mind. I will take your knowledge for now. So, does that mean we have to go through the camp and find all the dead ones?
Yes, I think that would be best.
I'll start gathering wood, unless we don't need that because there's magic people that can just burn the bodies without wood. Then I won't bother.
Has anyone seen Jahan?
I guess at around that point.
Yeah, Impa slithers up. Slithers up Lucas and sort of like points its little snaky head towards where Jahan went.
Oh, he didn't go off on his own, did he?
He nods his head.
That sounds like him.
Could somebody go get Sarai?
I can go get her, and then I'm actually gonna go in after him because he tends to be a little hard-headed sometimes.
Yeah, we'll move together. Just go get her real quick. She's back in the tent.
Yeah, I will go back and get her and tell her to. We're gonna need everything. Come on.
What happened?
Apparently there's a plague of White Walkers. And
Is everyone all right?
There are a couple dead. I was able to dispel magic on a caster, and he's dispelling the whatever on the other casters, and it's kind of like a domino effect. But apparently, Jahan went into the forest alone, which is never a
He
smart.
did what?
Yeah, it's not a smart.
By all the 9, that child! He's gonna get up in a huff and get out of the tent.
Yeah. And I'm I'm gonna start going into the direction where Impa pointed.
Sure, yeah, it was the same direction that he had pointed earlier when he said that he saw something in the woods. So it's the same general location.
Okay.
So while that's happening, Lucas, you guys are all making your way there. Doctor is busy checking the bodies and making sure that the dead people get burned appropriately. But you, Jahan, you're standing there and you see a man in black armor, and you're maybe 30 feet or so away from him.
Okay. Turns out I don't have mage armor, so I just drew my sword. So, and I'm gonna.
As you draw the sword, he doesn't seem shocked or even surprised. Just stands there.
Okay. And he's gonna keep his laser eye focus and speak in Sylvan with him, and just to say, what is it you want from our camp?
As you speak in Sylvan, he sort of cocks his head to the side and begins to speak, but as his words come out, you hear no sound.
He's gonna take like a frustrated breath through his nose. Just kind of think to himself the Fae are so annoying. And step closer.
So are you stepping physically in to the woods?
So
Or
if
just closer?
if he's 30 feet out, then I'm moving 10 feet in.
Okay, because basically you're standing at the point where if you go further in, you'd be walking into trees.
Right. So so he's within 30 feet within trees. So if I step any closer, it's within trees, is what you're
Yeah,
saying?
if you step even a foot closer, you'd be going into the trees.
Okay. Then again, I'm going to he's going to spend a little bit more time asking again. Just
He smiles sort of politely at you and then gestures to the trees in front of you and gestures for you to come closer.
okay. And he stops for a second and takes one step forward.
As you take a step forward past the sort of tree line, the rush of wind kind of hits you and you feel like a differential in pressure almost. As you step through what feels like almost a barrier of sorts, you can feel behind you that something has changed. And as you kind of look over your shoulder, you do not see the exit, you just see trees. The rest of you would watch as Jahan takes a step and vanishes.
Wasn't he the one who told me it was stupid to go close to the woods and then he just went into the fucking woods?
Yep.
Yup.
As someone who was raised here, that is the stupidest thing. Why would you? Why would you?
So we'll get back to you guys in a moment. So Jahan, you stepped through the woods. You are now standing in a sunny clearing, even though a moment ago it was dark. The clearing is almost perfectly circular. Standing in the middle is the pale-skinned, elven-looking male. He's standing roughly 6'2". He's not at all just a lean individual. He is very muscular. He's not wearing the full armor that he had on before, but he is wearing a sort of black, dark tunic with pants. He has no weapon on him, but he has white hair that sort of goes down past his shoulders and the same sort of golden eyes. And he smiles politely at you and he says, "I deeply apologize. Couldn't have a conversation with you while you were out there."
And, well, I'm here.
Your camp is under attack, I see.
Are you going to release your hold on it?
Oh, you assumed it was me. No, I'm afraid that I hold no hold over your camp.
And at that mention, Jahan is gonna lose a little color in his face. He realizes what he's just done. What is it you wanted to speak with me about?
I can help.
I don't even know what you are.
A simple fae, guardian of this forest and all within.
With all due respect, there is nothing simple about the Fae.
Perhaps.
In what ways do you plan on help?
Well, your camp is in need of aid. They seem to be at a disadvantage.
What is it that's befallen my camp?
Oh, an entity that dwells not too far from here. Not within the Fae, but outside.
The attack has nothing to do with the Feywild.
It does not. It has to do with your friend.
My friend.
The girl.
I see.
My vision beyond this place, and he gestures around to the Fae that surround you. And to describe the Fae, you can watch as leaves fall from trees, but then in other parts you watch as leaves fall to the trees. You watch as trees wither and die, and you watch as withered and died trees reform and regrow almost in an instant. Time seems to be going forwards and backwards at a credible pace.
I need to get back to my camp, and quickly.
You need help.
You have yet to describe to me how it is you can help and my camp.
If I was able to leave the Fae, I could protect you on your travels to Eriglad.
Sarasong, what do you make of what this Fae has to say?
Sarasong sort of is silent for a few moments and says, "There are many Fae that are powerful, capable of casting great magics. good and bad. Some could be allies, others could be enemies. It depends if he is from the court of the summer or the court of the winter.
What court do you belong to, Faye?
I belong to no court.
And how can I trust that your word will align with what I need?
You stepped into my domain and I have yet to rend you limb from limb. That is a start, I suppose.
Then it seems I am left with little choice in the matter.
You can live and leave. I would cause you no harm. I have no intentions of hurting you or your friends.
But what is it you gain from helping us?
I believe you know that this place is as much a prison as it is a place to live. It is a prison to even us Fae.
And you expect that I can just provide you your freedom?
He gestures to the ring on your hand. That can grant me freedom.
Sorry, but I deny your request.
You do not need to give it to me. You can keep it.
Sorrow Song, what does he mean that this ring can provide him his freedom?
Sarasang, for again another moment, is silent and says, I am not a simple ring, as you can imagine. I was once an elf. I was once Aegis. Fey magic and old elven magic made this ring and was given to the next Aegis in line so that I may pass my knowledge and my power to them, and their knowledge and their power to the next, and so on and so forth.
That doesn't answer my question. How do you get this Fae out?
Well, as he said, he is trapped here due to the magics of the woods. My magic is what made this magic. I am the key to the lock. And we're going to pause there so you can think. Meanwhile, outside of the Fae, Kazi, you and the rest of them had watched Jahan step into the portal, step through into the woods. What would you all like to do?
I'm not fucking going in there.
Well, I'm not exactly sure what we're supposed to do now either. He's just gone. He's not even at the edge here anymore.
Maybe if we start burning the woods, he'll magically come out.
Well, if I recall his word correctly, when I approached the woods, he said it's my funeral, so it's his funeral.
Sarah is going to be standing at the edge of the woods using detect magic, trying to find anything out there.
Yeah, as you cast detect magic into the woods, You almost go blind. Blind. You almost go blind. The amount of magic in the woods alone.
What classification?
Aberration, evocation, divination.
I would also pick this up because I
Oh,
also picked up
this.
because I already cast detect magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're both just like, ah.
It's like bright light.
Ugh.
You can see like this is some really weird. It's magical.
There's
Too much
Oh.
magic. Destroy. And I cast fireball on the woods.
What?
Sure.
Before he does that, I'm just like, you might not want to do that.
As you say that, and he casts it, the fireball goes into the woods, and as it would explode, it just sort of goes in, explodes, reverses, comes back out, and hits you.
Hey!
This
So
Internal screaming. Yeah, that's about right.
roll me a dexterity saving throw, please. You take 28 points of fire damage as it sort of around you.
Oof.
This is why I said you don't want to do that. You should listen to the person who's lived here.
There is
Just-
wisdom in that. As I deactivate to detect magic so I can freaking see.
You should have probably said that before I cast the spell.
Why would you cast a spell into a magical forest that can kill you just by walking into it?
I didn't expect it to shoot back. Shoot it.
Well, now you know. What did we learn?
Nature is the purest form of evil.
No, the Fey Wilds are fucked
No,
up.
no, it is actively being evil.
Eh,
I don't know. I rather enjoyed that display.
Yeah, you should just don't attack it and walk into it, and you might live. Just stay away from it. It's not fun. I'm contemplating diving in myself because Jahan is in there, but I'm just like, what I'm gonna do. I was like, please cover your ears, just for a second,
Cover my ears.
and I am
wanna
going
go
to, and I'm going to spend a sorcery point to make my voice really loud to stretch over a mile. And I was like, Jahan, can you hear me?
All right. So you do that. Does anyone else want to do anything else before we kick back to Jahan?
I'm staying with the rest of the group.
I abandon Jahan and go back to the camp to try to figure out to see if anything inside the camp is causing this.
Sure. Hey, so you're just going to go back and help the casters that are trying to resolve the issue?
Yeah.
They're slowly resolving it. They're waking the camp up, but it's a lot of people, so it's taken a while.
I don't have dispel magic, so I can't really help them on that front.
Yeah, that's fine. They've got that handled. It's just going to take time. Does anyone else want to do anything, Kazi?
Does Malagus feel bad again when we get closer to the woods?
No, he says he's fine.
You wanna take a dip into the woods, Malagus? Save that idiot?
I don't
Or
know.
die with him?
They said that you shouldn't go in.
Yeah, but then the motherfucker went in.
Yeah. But does that mean we should go in too?
He's the only reason why we're even here in the first place.
Well,
Oh yeah, I guess that means mission is failed.
Maybe we should wait and see if he comes back out. And then if he doesn't go in, how long should we wait?
I don't know. We already waited a moment.
Do I hear this conversation, or is that like an internal thing?
So you wouldn't hear it, no, unless
Okay.
she's asking him out loud and saying this out loud. I don't know.
I think she's so used to talking to him, like through their connection at this point, that no, she wouldn't say that out loud.
Okay, and then yeah, no, she's talking in her head then, and he's talking
Okay.
to her in her head. Telepathic communication, man.
Hmm.
I mean, I guess Malagos would say something like, then I guess maybe let's wait a few more moments. And then if he doesn't come out, we can go in.
Oh, did
Hmm.
we give him the coin?
I assume that you would, yeah.
We
All right.
didn't, though.
Oh,
I mean, unless you tell me you just have a reason you wouldn't, I would assume that you would give him the coin. He's been with you long enough.
right.
Yeah, we just forgot.
That's fine. I'm not going to punish you for forgetting something like that, because Doctor would have remembered to do it, and
Right.
that's enough.
Doing what?
Jahan, they have these coins that if you say call and then say a specific name, it'll call that person if they have a
Siri.
coin that matches.
Do they all have a coin, or is it?
I believe that you guys didn't have enough to give everyone a coin, but you had enough to give a couple of yourselves coins, and you gave Draken a coin as well.
I think we had like 3 left over when we had that full party.
You gave one to the kobold that asked you to help him, and was like, "I'll fund your expeditions." You gave one to King Dragon. I don't think you gave it. Oh, you gave one to Bale. I don't know if you gave any more to anyone else. That's NPCs. So that would have left you. I don't remember how many coins you actually had now.
I think we
Like
pretty much
13,
used them up.
maybe? I don't know.
Sure, we'll say you had 13 coins. So we'll say that you had 13 coins going forward. I'll try to remember that. We'll put it here. 13 coins. Because it's not that big of a deal.
I guess I'll use the coin and try to talk to Jahan to see if he's okay.
Okay. So what are you saying to Jahan exactly?
Hey, Jahan, did you die in there?
Alright. So while that's happening, anyone else want to do anything? Kazi, did you want to do something specific?
How long should we wait before we try to go in and save him?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm saying that not to Malgus, to the party now.
Oh, okay.
Well, at least wait to see if he responds.
Yeah, and I would say not all of us go in there because it's kind of hard to find your way back out.
Yeah, we don't even have a wayfinder.
Yeah.
I really don't know why I feel this need to save him. Because normal me wants to say, okay, good luck, guys, and leave you here. But a different, weird part of me wants to go in and make sure that idiot's okay.
It's your
sure
motherly
that-
instincts wanting to protect a helpless child.
He's not
Yeah.
helpless, he's just stupid.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, precisely.
Yeah.
I'm not. I have 24 intelligence. I just have 10 wisdom. Okay. It's not wise.
So if nobody else is going to go in right now, and nobody else is doing anything else this moment, you guys, I'll pause with you for now, and we'll go back over to Jahan. So Jahan, we left off where basically you were told that you don't have to give him the ring. You just need to help him out using the ring. And you were told that the ring, Sorrow Song, used to be an elf, used to be a person, used to be the Aegis, and then was passed down from Aegis to Aegis to Aegis. And that he is effectively the key to the lock. That is the Feywild.
Did you receive my message?
Yeah, did I hear Gaelus's
Time
booming
works.
voice? or anything?
Time works differently here, so you will, but it's just not immediately.
Um, so Jahan's doing his best to keep his face non keep his emotions in check, but his heart is pounding as he's realizing the foolishness of his actions. And I don't make deals with Fae, and I won't make a promise that I will not keep. I will find my own way out. And he's going to turn around and head back towards the direction that he came in.
As you're starting to make your way there, the voice behind you of the person says, "I could kill you and take it," and said, "I'm offering to help you."
And he'll stop and kind of think to himself, if he's dead, there's no one to save his mother, his brother, his party. And he'll sigh. And just so we're clear, I used the ring to help you. You rescue our camp, see us safely to Eriglad.
That is an acceptable deal.
Unfortunately, I'm going to need to up the price a little bit. Freedom is a big cost, is a big luxury for the Feywilds. I'm going to need to know if you can help me undermine the council within Eriglad.
Are you turning back around to look at him?
Yeah.
He will not quite smile, but sort of a small smirk would appear, I guess, on his face. Not cocky or cruel looking, sort of amused. I can tell you how.
Very well. And he's going to say, tell me now. And we'll begin.
The council makes secret dealings with the court of winter.
How does this... What can I do to... How can I use that to... How can I present that with just the word of a fae?
They meet with the Queen of Ice. Their dealings are dangerous, to say the least. I know they request an army.
Army? But What would they need an army for?
He shrugs. I cannot tell you what I do not know. As I said, my vision beyond this realm is incomplete.
That's a start. And all right. Now show me out of this place.
Oh, I cannot do that.
What? How are you going to help? How can I help my party? How are you going to help my party from here?
As I said, I cannot help you while I'm here. You must lead us out.
All right.
But first, the contract. And he holds his hand out, and a
Okay.
sort of a little pin appears, and a little piece of paper, parchment.
This is like the one thing they tell you, like, never ever to do. The one thing, literal top of don't sign a deal.
Don't deal with devils.
Man, I wish I was dealing with the devil right now. It's worse. All right. I'll take the quill and I guess the paper in my hand, have Sorrow Song and I look over it. And the contract says what exactly?
I am typing it up now.
Okay.
So we'll pause here and go back to the others. So about like maybe 5 minutes has passed at this point. And no response from the coin or anything else.
This is taking too long.
I walk
Well-
in.
Well, I guess he died. Better tell King Dragon that mission failed.
Gaelus steps forward.
All right.
It's only been 5 minutes.
It's only been 5 minutes.
Yeah, Lucas would have grabbed you by the collar. We can give him some more time. It has been long, but we.
Please let go of me. And as you like hold him, wind starts to like whip up.
And
Let
it's
go.
at this point that Jahan, you finally hear the voice of your brother, but it sounds distorted and weird. And then a few moments later, you hear the voice of someone coming through the coin.
And does that sound distorted and weird?
It does. It sort of sounds backwards almost.
What's that?
I guess I'll. Okay, no, continue with them. I'll keep that knowledge in my head.
Would you respond or no?
I guess I'll take the coin and like kind of look it over
Oh no.
and say, "Are you all okay? Don't come in. Whatever
So-
you do, do not come into the forest."
So you guys would hear his voice come through the coin. And you hear, come into the forest. I need your help.
Okay. I'll go into the forest.
No, wait, what if it's a changeling and he's just pretending to be Jahan?
And stole his coin.
And
Yes.
sounds just like him.
Well, changelings can change their voice.
But how would he have his coin?
He killed him, maybe?
was going to say, like, I think I could take a changeling, so I did lose the tournament.
Jahan, who did you lose to in the tournament?
That's what I said. I confess.
I say that into the coin.
Yeah, so there's no immediate response because Jahan wouldn't even hear that there was a message coming through. Not for a while, at least. So the last message was, "Come help! I need help."
Can we insight check that? I don't know. Like, I don't know if that's really.
Sure, you can roll me an insight check.
I'd also like to insight that.
Yes, all the
Also,
insight.
also, when you were doing the coin, did you make sure that you were only asking for Jahan?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
Hey, there you go.
there's something off about this. It doesn't sound exactly like Jahan. It sounds like something is manipulating magics.
Yeah, something's off here.
Yeah. But what if he's in trouble? Aegis would kill me if anything happened to him. And so would everybody else.
He's probably already dead.
He doesn't go down that easily. I'll give him 5 more minutes and then I'm going.
Right. So, is anyone going in, or are you all staying out currently?
Well, Cassie's like kind of almost through the edge of the forest when they're like, wait, it wasn't him. And she's like, okay.
This is
Right.
confusing.
So, back in with your boy Jahan. So, Jahan, the contract is not overly complex. It's fairly simple. It effectively just says that he will aid your party and the caravan. In return, you'll lead him out. And he'll give you as much information as he can.
Well, seems I have little choice. I need that information, and I need my party as strong as it can be.
Well, then, a prick of the finger, a signing of blood, and the contract will be complete.
I feel like Ariel just signing away my voice. Okay. And with that, he's going to turn around and say, "Then let's go."
Right? And you prick your finger and sign it?
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, you prick your finger, sign it, and as you do, you don't feel any different. He says, "I must touch the ring in order for its magic to accept me."
Sorry. Say that one more time. Someone came into my room.
He says, I must touch the ring in order for the magic to accept me."
Okay. Then with a clenched fist, I'll hold out my hand. I'll, like, kind of like a fist bump.
Yeah, he fist bumps you. And there's a sort of glow that goes from the ring around him. And as you pull the fist away, the glow sort of fades, but you can still see that he slightly glows. Well then, let us be off. Guide us, O worthy one.
Kind of mutters sarcastically to himself, and steps out. Goes just, I guess, walks back in the direction that he came.
So yeah, effectively, what is going to happen is that you are being guided by Sorrow Song. Sorrow Song is whispering into your mind, left, right, straight, telling you where to go effectively. And as long as you are going to follow his directions, which I assume you're going to do, I don't see a reason why you wouldn't. You don't distrust Sorrow Song, as far as I know. So yeah, you eventually get safely to the edge, and you can see your party member sort of standing outside.
And Jahan doesn't make any eye contact as he steps out in the field.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Hold on one second. Actually, what you would see would be you walking in to the Fae, slightly to the right of where you're at now, and then you wouldn't see your friends. You would see you walking in, and as you walk out, you would just almost bump into them. And walking out behind you is the individual that I described previously. So this is the first time that all of you see him. He is wearing a black sort of tunic, long sleeves down to his wrist, black pants, white hair that goes past his shoulders, and golden eyes. He is very pale, but doesn't have any weapons on him.
You're alive, and you brought a friend.
Brother, what did you release?
He'll save the encampment, and he'll save the throne.
Oh, I never promised that, but I most certainly will help your caravan. And he sort of raises his hand and sort of twists it slightly. And you can hear in the distance the screams of pain that you heard before as the black comes out. And you watch it coming out and gathering up sort of above the camp. And you see now that where all this black miasma was going, it is in the sky. It's sort of a cloud clustered together, forming, twisting, and writhing almost. You didn't notice it before, but you notice it now. And as his hand sort of goes up, he starts to clench a fist. And as he does, this sort of black miasma screams and off into the darkness.
What the heck was that?
I'm afraid answering your questions is not part of the contract.
Contract.
What contract did you make with the Fae, Jahan?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not a Fae.
What did you make a contract with, Jahan?
He's just kind of staring at the ground. It's getting very, very hot.
Thank you, Jahan, for releasing me from my prison.
Oh,
And you watch as he sort of takes a step forward and two huge black leathery wings appear on his back. And you watch as his neck begins to grow scales, black, inky, onyx scales. And you can hear sort of screaming in your mind, Kazi, Malagos is suffering as he just is sort of writhing around in pain, pulled from his normal shadow realm, sort of on the ground having what looks like a seizure, sort of convulsing.
What the fuck are you doing to him? And I'm gonna like try to get to Malagus and just hold him, and I don't really know what to do to help him, but I'm trying.
So this is what he looks like.
Oh, I don't want to look. I
Not
don't want to
so
open my
bad.
eyes.
Where are we looking?
It's on the map.
I can't see anything.
Can you show the map again, please?
There you go.
Thank you.
So he looks at you, Jahan, and he holds his hand out. And as he does, the ring comes flying off your finger
No.
and slides firmly onto his first finger.
Ugh.
Uh,
Who would have thought that the son of the queen would be the one to release me?
mm,
I am in your debt. So I will spare your miserable existence, and you will safely get to Eriglad as per the contract. But when you arrive, you can tell the queen that Gillinor walks this earth again. And he starts to grow. And as he grows, he gets larger and larger until he takes up the entirety of the road. And he is not a person anymore as the black scales start to cover him. He is a dragon, massive in size, with black onyx scales that cover him from head to toe, and two golden eyes. He flaps his wing once, and sort of black, inky shadow drifts out. And he flaps his wing again, and you can see what looks like hundreds of elves, spirits, coalesce around him and sort of writhe around him as he lifts himself off into the sky. And he calls back down in a booming, draconic voice. I will burn your city, and all of you with it! And he flies over the Feywild and disappears. And that is where we're going to wrap session today.
No, please.
Jahan,
I think this all just ends with everyone just looking at Jahan.
what the fuck?
Why me? Why me?
Congratulations, Jahan. Your intelligence goes back to 20.
Yeah, I know.
Glad of good that did you.
Yeah, no.
You didn't just release an
Hey, you know, in all fairness, literally my character flaw
He
my
what?
destruction, so
what?
I didn't hear. Yeah, you broke up a little there.
literally in all fairness, literally my character's flaw is my pride will probably lead to my destruction, so
Not just yours.
So yeah,
You're
before you ever
definitely
even
right.
get into the Feywild, yeah, you got some shit started apparently. Jesus.
Yeah, congratulations, you were right. The queen's life is in danger.
Oh yeah, you and Gaelus have some chatting to do.
okay.
Probably some hands to catch too.
So
Yeah.
Kazi, after this creature, this dragon that looks much like Malagos, is out of sort of sight in the distance, Malagos sort of stops having his seizures and stops thrashing around on the ground.
You okay, buddy?
Yeah. What happened? And he sort of curls up in a little ball and he looks at you with his like little golden blinky eyes.
I'm gonna like sit by him and put his head on my lap and like pet his neck. So, remember Jahan? He
He's dead to me.
Yeah, he's dead to me. Go fetch. Bring me his head on a spike. Oh,
So he apparently knew that you're not supposed to go to the Feywild, because he told me not to. But he went there himself, and he made a pact with an evil dragon who did something to you, and then flew away saying he's gonna burn the city to the ground. And you had seizures or something.
I feel better now.
Yeah, he flew away. I think being close to him was doing something to you. I don't know why.
What did he say his name was?
Gillinor.
Would either I or Watcher know who that is?
oh, we know.
um,
Jahan knows.
so roll me a history check, and I'll let you know if Washer tells you anything.
All right.
You've never heard of a Gillinor. Now I need to roll to see if Watcher tells you anything. He does not.
But Gaelus and Jahan know who he is.
Yeah.
You do.
Okay.
Would considering the circles she ran into prior to joining the party, would Sarai know anything about him?
No, you would not.
Okay.
This is a sort of a elven secret.
All right.
So
Fair enough.
yeah, Jahan, if Jahan wants to tell the party, he can tell them next week. But yeah, we're gonna stop here for now, and then I will see everyone here next week. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you all here next week.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks
Bye.
for running, thanks for
Bye.
playing, thanks for watching. Bye.